I know, me neither.
Yeah.
I got to do it yesterday on what's it called? On the arena, and it felt so good. So I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to another week of Doctors and Dungeon Masters. I'm Kelly Breivik, PhD candidate at UWM in the English department. I've upgraded.
Yeah. So for everyone who might not know what that actually means, it means Kelly has completed everything except for the dissertation. Officially. All
Just
the
a small document.
well, I mean, like, okay, so
No, I
actually for
know.
real, the proposal and the dissertation part are probably somewhere between half and one third and half of the PhD. Well, I'd say half of the PhD, which means, Kelly is, there.
Halfway mark.
Like she's there.
Yeah, you're doing
Yeah.
great.
Ah, so proud of you. Eric, your time will come and we will
Yeah.
be able to
Oh,
have an
You got like
entire
what, 6
stream of
weeks?
candidates.
Hey.
yeah. I guess it's something I haven't given any thought. I'm just right.
Well,
I'm the kind of person who just thinks prelims. Like title doesn't come to mind, but maybe it will
it's
when I'm
gonna
done.
feel good though. Let's be
So
real.
I'm not even like a titles person, really, but
It feels so good.
that like initial like, oh my gosh, it's done. Like the title is like this, okay, I really have actually though completed these things.
Mm.
Yeah.
Like, in undergrad, you'd like undergrad and masters, you'd like finish these classes, whatever, blah 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 blah. But there was never like and now you have, like, I don't know.
Are you kidding me?
When you're done with your undergrad, it's like, okay, you graduated, you have that degree. But I never felt like anything really changed.
Mhm.
But when I got candidate, I was like, oh no, like something has changed. Like this is a change. So I don't know.
Bowie just wants to play right now, so she's just gnawing on my hand because I took the bowl away from her.
Mm.
Yeah. And who are you?
Yeah, sorry. Hi, Leia, PhD candidate anthropology. Um and I play Ash, the fighter bard.
And last but not least.
I'm Eric Kirsting. I'm a PhD student at UW Milwaukee, and I study games and other fun things. And I'm excited to play some Dungeons and Dragons. I play. I was about to say Olive. I do play Olive.
Then for
but
all
not,
two
not
sessions.
today.
That was a
Not
long
today.
time ago.
Yeah.
Shit.
I play Nor, who I played before Olive, and then after Olive.
Yeah.
And Olive, yeah, I don't even that was like this crazy like, hi, bye.
Yeah. Yeah. So what happened last year on Doctors and Dungeon Masters?
I think we fought some things like
Some cave
mana ray,
critters.
but on land things,
Mm-hmm.
and some nasty things with arms that we just like murked immediately because Faye is badass.
Yeah.
And Cat got attacked, and Ash was very offended.
Mm-hmm.
But I telepathied off the little sucker from him, and so he's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also
Um,
reunited with the
Yeah. I was
Dragonborns.
gonna say there was
Right.
probably like a
Jeez,
little bit
we
of a
did do that. Yeah.
but yeah, so I'll recap that quick. We went to we were on our way to like this underground. So like for broader context for the audience, right? Because like yes, we fought some
Right.
things, but why were we fighting something? So
Sorry, I
we
couldn't remember how the session started, so I was like, battle
started on
map.
the
I mean,
road.
how it
yeah, you
ended.
started on the road and met your new merchant friend Norman.
Yeah, Norman. I forgot about Norman. Okay, so we killed a dragon with a pitchfork.
an illusory dragon,
Yeah.
but yes.
No, we gotta really do this myth. Like, Ash is in the midst of creating a ballad of how.
Well, that's the
Nora killed
characters, but
a
we're just
dragon.
giving the recap of the story.
Yeah, but you gotta create the mythology with your players, with the viewers as well, because they're gonna be like, oh my god, you killed a dragon with a pitchfork. I have to go back and watch this episode. And then they're gonna be like, fuck you. That you created an illusion and then killed the illusion.
But at
with a
least you were
pitchfork."
excited about it. So, all right, okay. So the reason why we're going to this underground labyrinthine place is because we managed to win a tournament and receive an ancient artifact. Now, note, in our world, magic has only existed for a few years. Like, it came with a comet. But our characters, through some intellectual pursuits and their adventuring, have found that there was actually magic long, long ago. It just had been dormant for a very long time. But we've discovered over the past couple of years some schools of magic. But in finding this artifact, we learned that there are other schools as well. And those other schools not only are important for like intellectual, like, wow, there's more spells to learn, but also in unlocking the potential of whatever this artifact is that we found. And so the only place we know of that still has relics from that time period where we might learn spells and magics from ancient bygone eras is this underground freak show place with elementals. That's all I remember. I remember there were elementals that we happened to traverse through about 2 years ago in campaign time. Mm-hmm. And so we're heading back to there. And while we were heading back, we happened to run into a bunch of Dragonborn who we inspired to free themselves, I think might be the way to put this group. We freed some Dragonborn, but we didn't free all of them. And now the group that's here, we're at least known enough to them to be like, yeah, you're the guys who inspired us to rebel against the anti-magic people who we hate.
Fucking Redcoat Inquisition. Yeah, they're like if the British did the Inquisition. I feel like that's actually really good way. So now we're going back there. And I think it's important to note also for those who are super into D&D and love it, is that these two schools are schools also outside of D&D lore, if I'm not mistaken.
I think they're
new.
They're in Critical Role lore.
Yeah.
And they're not in the standard like Forgotten Realms kind of lore.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
I didn't even know.
Table, Eric knows what the schools are, but
I honestly did not even know that they had extra schools of magic in Critical Role.
I very nearly took Chronergy Wizard, but then went Div instead.
I might have to go look at these schools now, just for my own education.
You can. They're in. What's the name of Explorer's Guide to Wildmount? I think is the name. Yeah.
Yep.
So we return.
Sorry, one last thing. The entirety, I guess, of Tasha's Cauldron of Everything leaked yesterday.
Oh no!
But it's not out for everyone to look at. But like certain people have it and are like spoils, and I've been keeping up with it. And there's some pretty neat stuff. They actually implemented in-rule subclass changes.
Nice.
Like, you can change your subclass whenever you gain a subclass feature. You can change your whole subclass.
Oh shit! Nice.
So there's like a lot of new stuff coming, but that doesn't really affect us right now as we're slinging fireballs at rats.
I mean,
in the cave.
I think it's important to note too that Kelly does totally, like, generally. I mean, obviously, always can ex-nay this, but Kelly's pretty cool about letting us input a lot of UA and like anything new coming out into the campaign, which I actually find really cool because it has meant that we have kind of rebuilt our characters. Eric more than me, but I have definitely done it now, and it really gives a different flavor. Like, I actually think that there's something to say at the end of this, which is why I'm noting it now. But during our discussion, talking about how the mechanics of the character change how you play or perceive the character and the experience of that character, I think would actually be cool to dissect, because often there's like this conversation of like, do mechanics affect the way you RP at all? And I think that they do. Like, for me, I definitely feel like what the mechanics are change how I play the character. Anyway, so that's for the end.
Yes, because I have something for that later.
I just always forget unless I say it out loud, so I just wanted to say it out loud. Anyway, continuing on. where we are now.
So you find yourself at, towards the end. You haven't slept yet, so you're still sort of like in day one of this trek through the underground. And you just finished beating up two nasty monsters that looked ready to just like suck you up into their mouths, and the two devilish manta rays. Which direction do y'all go?
Is it just further in the cave, or
Yeah.
is it like further in the cave then, right?
Did we take a guide? We didn't take a guide, right? We just
You took a guide down to like the end of the space that they have explored, but the
Okay.
Dragonborn are very adamant about not going deep into the mountains because they don't want any more Dragonborn to die down here, because enough
Okay.
died down here as slaves that they don't want any more deaths even through adventuring underground.
And
Okay.
it's worth noting that probably you have the best guide possible already in your party, which would be Nor, because she's actually made the travel from somewhere else through this. So in
Yeah.
theory,
Also true.
in theory, she's gone deeper. Her and Franz and Boggs are the only people living who have gone this deep. At least that our party knows of, right? There may be other people, but so
Ash
I.
super misses Franz, by the way.
Yeah. I was not to go like too much on it, but I was thinking about like how much I missed having Corey on stream too. But yeah.
Yeah.
Who is leading the party?
So when we say
Orange.
leading, what do we mean? I guess.
Like who's in front? What's the marching order?
I mean,
I can lead, I guess.
so Ash will be in front if you don't want to be in front. If you feel like you're squishy, I can't remember how squishy Nor is.
Oh, super! I rolled HP and I did not
like,
roll well, so I have.
You can tell Ash which way to go if you'd like, and he can he can be in front, but also that's entirely up to you. He will let you lead because you know where the fuck you're going, but if you ask him to be in front, he will be in front.
All right, you can. All right, Nor would probably just want you to like just hang out. We'll walk side by side or whatever, right?
You'll
And,
have to end up in single file to get either to the left or to the right.
right. Then we'll let Ash take charge if anything's gonna hop out. Ash is probably, I guess, the River. I don't know between River and Ash. Ash has the fire level, so I'm gonna go with Ash. Probably the toughest of us. And so I'll be in the middle. I'll be number 2, and then we'll go River, and then Faye rearing out the back.
Okay, and where do you want Cat, Ash?
Oh, that's a good question. I am tempted to put Cat because it looks like you could pretty easily jump some of these spaces. I almost feel like Cat should be up top to alert us to any dangers, but that's...
Have
how
Cat
do we feel
make
about that?
a climbing check just to see how graceful he is at doing this. He's gonna get up there. You have enough time.
Do I add anything? Hold on. I don't have Cat stats. Yeah, so that's gonna be a 17.
Yeah, Cat does a fantastic job at climbing. He got a little rattled during last battle. Not that he's like a bad fighting animal,
No,
but like it's his
he did
first
get
like
taken by surprise.
real. Yeah. So give me a perception check.
Oh, 17 on the die, so it's gonna be fuck shit. Sorry. It's gonna be 18.
Okay. So you're able to notice as you're getting close to over here that there's like a lot of struggle marks along the walls, like claws
Wait.
scratched.
Sorry, was that Ash or was that Cat?
Ash.
Never mind. That would actually be a 25.
Yeah. Ash, you would notice that there's a lot of struggle marks over here. Do you want to continue forward?
I mean,
I could investigate them, try to understand.
yeah, he'd be like Nor.
So
We should go.
Let's
Give
grab
him-
up, pull up
And then
my
he'd
dice.
point out these scratch marks.
Yeah, they're along the walls, and it seems like they're getting pulled in deeper into here. Not like they're getting pulled out away. So one's getting pulled this way, one's getting pulled that way.
Okay.
That's
Can I discern perhaps what made these scratch marks?
Yeah. Are you going to swap places with Ash or try and look from afar?
I'll move up and kind of look at it with my light on my my hand or my bracer, right? My bracer is the thing that
Are
I
you going
put
like
sketch mark.
here for that? Here for
Yeah,
that?
sure. We'll go to the left. How long have we traveled since our last fight?
This has been you could say that you short rested between then and now, but this literally could have been as quick as like 2 minutes after. So
All right.
would you
I mean,
have
I
short rested?
don't think we've short rested. My question was like, if we're gonna be running into danger like every 2 minutes, this is going to. We're not gonna be. We might have to rethink our strategy for moving through these tunnels, right? That's all. So I'll go ahead and what kind of check do you want me to make with looking at the walls?
Investigation.
So like, I imagine it's like really dark, and I'm just kind of like putting the bracer up and kind of looking at them.
Mm-hmm.
That'll be a 21.
All right, you investigate this, and you're kind of, holding your bracers up to it, and making sure, like, that you're trying to see, like, what, because it's hard to tell whether it's, like, sharp nails or, like, like, pointed or blunt, and it seems to be a bit of an amalgamation of different kinds, and you instinctively put your hand against the wall as something comes out from the ground and grabs you and starts dragging you. 1 second. I need everyone to roll for initiative.
Okay.
As another of these cloakers just grab at Nor and start trying to pull her away.
It's gonna be 23, Kelly.
Sounds
Oh,
good.
wait. So
There
if
is
it
a
is on,
surprise round, but go ahead.
sorry, I'm a little bummed about the surprise round, but
Uh-huh.
so if it has been only 2 minutes, my telekinesis is still up.
It will still be up. Yep.
All right, I'll roll for initiative. All right, so Faye is jumping the gun. She has above a 20. She has a 22,
Okay.
and I am always slow. I have a 7.
Huh.
I only have +1 to my initiative rolls, so I just get whatever I roll, basically.
Yeah, 1 second. All right, so the cloaker's going to attempt to attack Nor, and then we'll get out of the surprise round. Let me just pull up its stats. So that will be a 1 second. A dirty 20 to hit.
Hey,
A
hold on
dirty-
a second.
Mm-hmm.
I might use. Yeah, actually, I am. I'm gonna use Vigilant Guardian. If it's okay, I don't really know how it works if the creature is grappled, but assuming that Dirty 20 hits, I can swap places.
1 second.
So Vigilant Guardian says once a creature that you can see within 5 feet of you is hit with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to swap places with the creature, and you are hit by the attack instead. Once you use a straight, you can't do it again until you finish a long rest.
So I would just say that it would hit you instead of them. Like it latches onto you. Instead of latching.
I do actually physically swap places with them.
Sorry, I'm just shaking my head at my dogs. But anyway, yeah. So it will hit you instead, and attach onto you for a pathetic amount of damage. That'll be 7 points of damage. And now it is attached to you. 1 second. You are 1 second. You are blinded and unable to breathe while it is attached. So it kind of grabs on and slithers up and wraps its folds around you.
And I don't mean to harp, but I literally do swap places with them. So we should.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
so
Sorry.
on the map, we should be at different spots.
All right, we are up at the top with Faye.
Faye would know this, I think, now. If she attacks the thing, will that hurt? That will hurt?
Correct.
Okay, so Faye is going to... Let me just look at her things. Probably don't want to blow a 4th level right now if we can avoid it. Shoot. She does not have a lot of good stuff right now. Let's see. Sorry, as different
It's tough.
character. Sorcerers suck. They have no spells. What the fuck? All right, Ash can take it. She's gonna shoot a firebolt at it.
Sounds good.
That'd be an 18 to hit.
That will hit it.
All right.
And we share half damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does 17 damage. So if
Okay.
it's halved between them, it does 8 to each of them.
Yup. And it is now Ash's turn. And Cat will go on your turn.
Okay. Sorry, I'm recording those 8 points. Okay. Let's see, 5, 10. How far up is Cat right now?
It's 15 feet high.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15.
He could leap over 20, 25 easily.
I was probably gonna get down on the ground.
And then down over
like-
here.
I mean, sure. I guess that works.
Or did you want
if
here?
you're gonna allow me that much movement.
I mean, it has 40 feet and that was 30
Oh,
feet.
yeah, that's true. I forgot. Okay. Hot.
Like he jumped
yeah.
down. And
down,
it's a cat,
and
so
then
15 feet's nothing for a large beast.
Attacky.
Sounds good.
Wacky. Alright. Alright, that's gonna be 16 and a 23.
Both will hit.
Okay. Total between both attacks is 6.
Oh my
I rolled-
god.
2 1s like a boss.
So you each take 3 points of damage. Next up,
Wait,
Ash.
Can Ash do anything? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So what can Ash do whilst grappled?
I mean, you
Anything?
could do anything. You do have disadvantage because you're blinded by it. You are suffocating. You can't breathe while you are grappled by it currently. You can attempt to break the grapple by substituting one of your attack actions for it. You would do an athletics or acrobatics check that is contested by the... Oh, no. You just have to succeed on a DC strength check. And it takes
Oh.
your action. I'm sorry. I was thinking it was normal grapple rules, but this has special grapple rules.
Gotcha.
So special.
Honestly, he might just try to attack it while suffocating. That seems like an Ash thing to do, honestly. Like, does he take his own damage?
Yes.
Ew.
Nor would
Really?
say something like, I'll get it off, like if you want to wait for me to pull it off and then you could kill it. Because she has telekinesis up, so you've seen me like rip it off of
Oh,
a
that's
cat.
true. Yeah.
It'd be hard to communicate that to like Cat or to Faye, and like because she went way before Nor, but Nor's like next, right? So unless there's like there's probably like 5 more creatures and a lich around this corner.
I feel
but
like Ash is suffocating right now, so probably is not gonna be. Well, I'll roll for it. Yeah, no, that nat 1 does not think about your telekinesis.
Sounds good.
Amazing.
But it's
Totally
fine.
fair.
Ha! Because he rolled a nat 1. Are these large or small or medium creatures?
Large.
Cool. He rolled a nat 1, which is actually 12,
Mm-hmm.
and an 18. 19.
The 18. And did you take disadvantage on those?
Nope. Hold on.
Well, the nat one's a nat one, but...
Yeah. Well, Yeah, so first nat one, and then the second one is probably doesn't hit with a 14.
That will hit. They have a low AC.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
They're
Like,
not they're not mobile and they're made of
Hilarious.
squishy like flesh, right? So
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Oh, okay. 8 plus 6 is 14.
Okay, you both take 7. And next up is another cloaker that moves forward and will attack Nor. It will
Get
not
off
have
me.
advantage because it is moving.
all right.
So 1 second. One bite, one with a tail. So the bite will be a 24 to hit. Are you going to shield?
Fuck, I can't shield 24. I can't get up that high. I only have a 17 AC. I'm gonna
That
use
sucks.
my once. I don't know if it's once per short rest or once per long rest. I'm gonna double check here. It's once per short rest. You can create an illusory duplicate of yourself when
Nice.
the creature makes an attack roll against you. You can use your reaction to impose the duplicate between the attacker and yourself. The attack automatically misses you. Then the illusion dissipates.
That's good because that's the bad one. That's the one where
So-
it attaches.
So it comes out like it comes. I'm like eek! And then I jump back with like a scared expression, and there's a scared version of me in illusory
Yeah.
form right there that gets clamped on instead.
Beautiful. And then it'll do a tail attack and try and whip you around the ankle with its tail. But that'll be a 3 on the dice, so it'll miss. Next up, go ahead.
AC is 17, just in case. I don't know if it had I don't think it has
It
up like
doesn't
a
have
plus
a plus
14.
No.
Some creatures do have a plus 14, so some creatures roll a 3 and still hit me.
Yo. And then next up we have River, who's going to. They don't have to bonus action aim because you. What's it called? That you gave them the thing, so they are going to move up, and actually not move up because they nat 1 their acrobatics check, so they're going to instead move forward and try and climb next time. And they will use their short bow on C4 and will hit. I'm just
Wait,
going to. Yeah?
So I see C4, and C5. Is C4 the big one who attacked me?
Yes.
Okay.
God, that is
He is cat.
pathetic. Okay, so River
Um,
gets to roll 66 on their sneak attack. And they got 12 on 66 because it was 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3.
Sad.
Yep. I mean, they're still there.
We're saving our good rolls for the real fights.
I'm gonna be. I'll be back in just a second. I have to go turn off my stove because I forgot to tell my roommate to turn off the spaghetti sauce. So
Sounds good.
hold
I
on.
had spaghetti for lunch too.
Nice. So now we are at Nor.
All right, so I'm going to attempt to telekinetically grab the big one. Sorry, Ash. I'm
Loves you anyway.
I want to grab it and then I want to put it up in the air and hold it there where it's like out of range of everyone.
Nice.
And so I think per telekinesis, the coolest spell in the game, this means that I huge or smaller, which make an ability check contested by their strength check. So have them make a strength check.
Yep.
16 on my end. Not
they
my
have a
best
plus
roll.
5. Well, they rolled a 5 as well.
Yes.
So.
Okay. I rolled an 11, so I guess
Yeah.
11 beats 5. So I win the contest. I move the creature up to 30 feet in any direction, including upward, but not beyond the range of the spell, which is fine because it's right next to me, so I'm not going to break the range. So I grab it and I go, and I just shove it up into the air, like
Nice.
where I guess ranged attacks can hit it. Because it doesn't make it so it can't do attack. So I want it out of our
Yep.
range of attacks. Like, let's say 15 feet in the air. Would you say would be out of the range of its tail?
I would do 20 to be safe.
Okay, 20. Yeah, I'm assuming that Nor wouldn't know how long that tail is and make sure that it's so put it out of anyone's range, about 20 feet in the air, and then it is restrained, so it can't move. It's just it's stuck there.
Sounds good. We are now at its turn. It is restrained, so what it is going to do is let out
Wait,
a.
the big one that attacked me?
Oh no, sorry, that's C5. That's no, it's C5.
I was like, that one already went.
Yeah.
It could be that that creature that I've sicked on you a couple times, like when they can go twice in the initiative order to make them more deadly.
Yep. No. I just got the numbers mixed up. So Ash, the one on you is going to make 2 attacks. One with its bite. That will be it has advantage 22 to hit.
Nope, right on the money.
And then their tail attack will also hit because that's the same thing.
I kind of feel like. Hold on. I could reaction shield. Honestly, given his health right now, he's gonna reaction shield.
Are you pretty hurt?
I am almost bloodied, so I'm not too awful, but because I'm taking every time I attack this thing, I'm also currently taking points.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to risk also taking from them.
Sounds good.
Anyway, yeah, so
Then
the
it
first
tries
attack will
to.
miss.
Both of them do because it rolled the same thing twice
Cool.
as the higher roll. So it tries to bite you, but you quickly throw up the this magical shield. And the teeth just clank on it. You see just this circular row of razor sharp teeth, and it is now Faye's turn.
Oh, I just realized Faye did more damage than I rolled. Whoops. Sorry. I forgot that she does like bonus damage with her cantrips or something, if I recall.
Got it.
I'm just gonna look quick. Twin spell, subtle spell. Maybe not. I don't see anything on here about bonus cantrip damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Faye sees in front of her. There's the one floating in the air, which is restrained, so she would have advantage on attack rolls against that one, and that's the big bad boy. And so she knows that Nora can't hold on to that forever. So she's gonna go ahead and she'll shoot out a spell. Do I not have all of her known spells? Does she really only know 18 spells? I guess so. All right, no need to fireball. I guess we'll go ahead and we will firebolt again. She doesn't have very good single targets. She got a lot of AoEs.
No scorching ray.
She does not have it right now. I might want to adjust it. I remember that I made this a while ago without really thinking and so maybe that would be a good one to add. Probably would be, but for now, she will just shoot out a She's going to cast Create Bonfire, which is concentration for 1 minute, but right on top of the one that's floating in the air. Because if Nora can keep it restrained, then it's so. I think restrained creatures automatically fail.
I'm just gonna say, even if not in this case, it's failing. It's restrained. You're just toasting it. It's a perfect combo move. You've definitely. Talked about doing cool combo moves with one another before.
And it is a dex thing. So any creature in its space takes 3d8 fire damage, and anything that's worn it gets ignited. But in flames. But where's my other d8? Come on, d8. There you are. All right. So it does 6. All right, just 12 total damage.
Nice.
But now it's sitting there, so she does. So like, if I can keep it, if Nora can keep it restrained there for another round, it'll just keep doing that damage to it, and she can now shoot a firebolt or other things at it. All right, so that'll be, and Faye will. I suppose it might be too much, but she'll just take a peek behind her, make sure that we're not getting flanked or anything like that. If I know that not like a full perception check, but just like a quick know your surroundings, maybe passive perception.
Yeah, with her passive perception, she is
15 actually.
Yeah, I figured it'd be somewhat decent. She does not notice anything coming in the direction behind you all.
The wisdom is her one bad skill. She has +3 in pretty much everything except wisdom and strength.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Ash and Kat.
All right. So So let's see. So how long can I go without breathing? What's that looking like?
You got time. Like above table, like you got at least a minute before you start like taking damage for suffocating. So that's 10 rounds of combat. So
Okay.
like it doesn't
yeah,
feel
I'll just-
good, but like you'll live.
Alright, so Cat will probably hit on attack 2. That is 17?
Yep. What was attack 1?
Attack 1 was 8.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, I rolled 2 on the
Yeah.
dice, so I figured probably not. All right, so each of us takes 3.
Sounds good.
And then Ash is going to.
Can Ash pull it off of themselves?
Yes, but it takes a full action to do it.
So
Or
the
to
thing
attempt to.
is that it goes after Ash. Okay, A. B. We don't get a save against its grapple. If it rolls high enough, it grapples.
Mhm.
So why waste? Like, right? If it went before Ash, it would make more sense to be like, okay, I'm gonna get it off of me now, because then other people could attack it, and it would not hit Ash.
But you're worried it's just gonna flick right back on.
It's my new way
Right.
to fuck with y'all. I can't keep y'all,
It's
in
not
one
new.
place, so I
It's-
just put the
Sweet-
thing onto you
Sweetie
and you
Honey
can
Child,
move
it is
wherever.
fucking not new. You have been doing this since fucking day 1.
Yeah,
It
this is pretty Kelly stuff right here.
It's fucking
Certified
standard.
Nasty bastards.
Honestly, like, he's just gonna have to get freedom of movement at some point. And
But no,
it's-
you are free to move. It's just moving with you.
Shut the fuck up, Kelly. Okay, first 2 attacks that hit, third one does not.
And did you roll with disadvantage?
Yes, I did on all
Cool.
of them.
Sounds good.
The lowest of the other 2 was like 18 or something, so I figured they hit. Okay, so that's gonna be. This is gonna hurt.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna hurt a lot, but it's okay.
I mean, you do have second wind if you want. I mean, not for this turn, but you get second wind back on a short rest. What
Yeah.
did you just think of? How
Don't
do
just-
even
you...
say it out loud. Don't even.
I'll
Say it out
I'll
loud.
save it as a surprise for later.
Okay.
It's pro our team. It's not like a thing to screw over.
Yeah. No, but when I see that face, I worry.
Okay, we both take 15.
Sounds good. Damn. Good hit. It's looking bloodied now. Next up is C4, who's attempting. Oh wait, now it's their turn. So they felt pretty grappled by it. So what they are going to do is they are going
Wait,
to
wait,
let
wait. Who?
C4, the
So
clover
it's-
that you have.
That's the one that I'm holding, right?
Yes. So it's going to
Okay.
let out a screech because that's all
Okay,
it can
okay.
do right now.
Okay.
And I need everyone to make a 1 second wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom save. All right.
I mean, do I have to? Can I hear anything?
Yes, you're blind,
That's a
not
good-
deaf.
Okay, fine.
Do I have anything? All right.
Wisdom's a 15.
Hey, you're good.
So Faye rolls a 4, and I roll a 16.
Sounds good.
And Cat rolls.
Nor rolls a 16. I should
Yeah.
really just be clear. I actually, right now, in this moment, did a wisdom saving throw to not have my mind impacted.
So,
Cat makes 18.
okay. So River and Faye are frightened to their core of this creature.
Okay.
So they will have disadvantage 1 second. Or become frightened until the next turn if a creature's throw is successful. So yeah, they're just frightened for a turn.
And at the end of its turn, because it can't move, it takes 3d8 damage,
Yeah.
fire damage from the bonfire. So, oh, that's pretty good. So it's 8, 5, and 3. So that'll be 16 total fire damage.
Nice. It's not looking very good. Next up is River, who is currently scared of that thing, but, you know, it's honest work, even without sneak attack. So they have advantage, which is canceled out. They will do enough to hit for minimum damage, 6 points of damage to C4. But it looks on Death's Door at that point. Nor, it is now your turn.
Which one looks into store?
C4.
Oh,
one
the
that
big
you have-
one.
Yep.
So this is so first of all, I need to re-up. We need to retry the telekinesis because I'm gonna double check very quickly. But it
It's another 5
says
on the dice, so the DC's 10.
so. All right, yeah. So I mean, I could lose that, but I'm just looking at something. You can use your action to attempt to maintain the grip. So that's 11 on the dice. So actually, the same thing I rolled last time. So that's a total of 16. So I got him still, and this is what I was giggling about.
You're just gonna slam him?
Move him 10 feet out and move him 10 feet back in, because whenever a creature moves into the space for the first time on a turn, it takes the damage again.
Nice.
So I just slam it into, like, there's like this fiery ball in the air, and I just pull it out and I just slam it into the fiery ball.
I love it.
Dealing another 3d8 fire damage. So that'll be 11
That'll
plus
do it.
2, 13.
That does
And
it.
it just, I gotta, so like, as like I shove it into it, it just like, it like gives up, like it's restrained, and then it's like, and then it just like moves through the entire bonfire and like comes out the other side, kind of like a wood chipper, but it's just ash coming out the other
gross.
side. And that will be my turn. I don't have. Am I in combat range of C5? Can I back up without being hit by them?
I would say yes. There's like they're really over in like cat space, but like you can definitely move.
Can I move like 10 feet to the right and down to see if there's anything more in the cavern behind us?
One
So-
second. 1, 2. What's your passive?
Not good. 12. My passive investigation is 19 though. If
With
that
your-
helps.
It's perception. You're trying to notice stuff, but you don't notice any other monsters there. You do notice a shitload of bones, kind of
All
like
right.
pooled in down here.
So I just try to make some space in case anyone wants to get up into melee range over there, and I'm gonna end my turn.
Sounds good. Next up is Cloaker number 5, who is going to make...
Mambo number 5.
Yo, just gonna keep having that Ash. It got a taste of his blood. Well, that even with advantage, that was a 3 and a 4 on the bite attack. And that's the nastier one, so that'll miss. The tail... God, double 11s. This advantage is not doing shit for this bastard. I don't think a 17 will hit you. Alright. It is now Faye's turn.
Faye is going to attack the one that isn't gripped on.
There's
And-
no more to attack besides the one that's gripped on.
Oh, I was thinking Cat. Well, I'm sorry. I was thinking Cat was.
A
I'm
cloaker.
gonna make a mini for Cat once
Okay.
in just a moment. For
Sounds
you.
good.
Shoot. She will. She's not that strong, but she doesn't want to hurt. She sees this as a one fight, so the only way to really lose at this point is to do more damage to Ash. So she's gonna rush over and just try to grab the cloaker and pull it off.
Okay, give me a strength check.
5.
That won't do it. So she, for a moment, she pulls it just back a little bit, and you hear Ash just take a gasp of breath, and then it goes pop back right onto his face.
Okay,
So
well,
at least she
she
re-ups
tried.
the timer of Ash's breathing. Got one
Yeah.
quick gasp there.
It's like a real deep breath and.
It's like when you're
Back
dunking your siblings underwater, you let them up just for a second so you don't kill them, then you dunk them back in.
All right, so that'll be her turn.
Yup. Ash and
And-
Cat.
I mean, if Ash has a moment to say something, he'd be like, "This is not my idea of a romantic evening."
I love it.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna keep taking damage. It's fine.
Yeah, this has been a rough 2 days for Ash. He just got burned up his legs. He's getting bitten by these monstrous beasts. Like,
All right.
Oh, I
So
don't-
each of us is gonna take 4 from Cat.
uh-huh. What the fuck?
And both of us are gonna take 15 from Ash.
1 second. Tell me how that does it.
Okay. So with 2 swipes from his magical longsword and rapier, he is just gonna like hack and slash a couple of the limbs off, and then just like right through the side of its face, which is like how he takes some of the damage, because now he's got like a nice line, probably like right here. As he jabs the longsword just down its throat. Yeah, that is how this fucker is dying.
Nice.
And then he's just gonna like turn around and probably throw up.
And River will just go, oh, dude. And Faye will absolutely have some sort of like bland snack that she pulls out of her bag, and a little water skin, and she'll walk over and pass it over to you, and she'll go, for the upset bellies.
He will take it kindly. Throw a ferret at Cat.
Yup. Happy
And,
munches from Cat.
probably use his second wind, TBH, which I don't even know. I haven't used it in so long.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, to go figure out how many points I get back from it.
I think it's 1d12. Or 1d10. I'm thinking Stone Skin is the one that Goliaths get.
1d10 plus your fighter level.
There we go. Yep, the d12 is for Goliaths.
Shoot. I need to go find that
Find
the
what?
website again where I can make a cat mini for this.
2-minute token.
2 minutes. Thank you.
Yep.
I always have to like find the token generator like by going back in our chat history.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Faye will spend some time trying to make Ash feel better. She'll like rub like right between your shoulders and try and settle you down, and meanwhile River's just poking fun instead. Not being mean, but just, being, friendly in a way. Oh, you're muted.
Being River, it's cool.
Yep.
Ash will laugh and cough and laugh.
So, you look pretty rough. You need a breather, or I could heal us a bit, but, I only have so much the whole day.
Save your heals, friend. We could take a rest here if we wanted. Might not be a bad plan.
I'll keep an eye up top. I'll holler if anything happens.
All right, cat mini sent.
Nice. I will go to our Facebook and do that. So let's have some chitter chatter. What do you talk about while you're taking your rest here?
Are we full short resting? Sorry, I was making the mini.
Ash would appreciate a full short.
All right, I will go ahead. Faye has taken no damage, but I have. So, short rest, and then. All right, so Um, I, I hope that there is less enemies ahead. There's been a lot so far.
Yeah, well, it's been a long time since we've been in a dungeon. Yeah, don't generally have this kind of. You know, there are lots of creatures down here.
Do you Song of Rest?
I can totally Song of Rest.
All right, so that adds one more. What is that? A D6 to
Ooh,
this?
I'm gonna have to go look it up. Sorry, y'all.
I think you
But,
get a
um,
Since I've used
D8
that
at
too.
level 6.
Let me just go find it. Just double check. Blah, 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 blah. Shortest. If you or friendly creature who can hear your performance regain hit points by spending. Each of the creatures gains an extra d6, and we are currently level 12. So that's a d8 right now.
All right, I'll roll a D8 as on
Yeah.
top of that.
It'll be a
Hey.
d10
All right.
next level. But oh no, I'm not
Fourth.
ninth level. I am
I'm-
sorry. It is 1d6.
Oh, it is 1d6. Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
I always forget about my. I'm only bard level 6, not 9,
Mm-hmm.
or not 12.
Ah,
sorry.
darn! I was being a little cheapy, but I rolled a 1 on the D8, so I was excited to roll the D6. But God had plans for me, and I rolled a D1. I rolled a 1 again, so
That's funny.
I'm 2 HP short of my max. I'm at 73 to 75. But yeah, those sucker things, not nice. We didn't have to fight them on our way out. Maybe they came with the second meteor, perhaps?
You're muted.
It's possible.
Well, hopefully whatever gods are watching over us don't have any more face suckers planned.
And River will go, well, I mean, what if it was a third meteor? There's a third one now.
Could have been
I
that
thought
one too.
That's happened, right? Now?
Mm-hmm.
The third meteor hit?
Yep, the third
Right.
meteor was the day before Franz's birthday.
Oh god. Shit.
I will I'll send out my friendly little raven to go
Yeah.
just like do a quick pass above us and see if she sees anything.
Yeah, have a perception check. As a reminder, you do have advantage on the check.
I think it's +3, right? So that's a 20.
All right. So you send your unnamed raven out to do a swoop.
It is named. I just forgot the name.
I know. You see another death kiss over here lurking around, milling about. It seems. Give me an insight check through the raven.
So
You can use
with the
your
raven
stats.
stats, my
Like-
insight.
Yeah, because I imagine that you're looking through it, so you're
Yep,
just
yep.
kind of.
Oop, that was not cocked. Natural 20 for 26.
Nice. It seems to be pacing around in circles as if it's debating whether or not it wants to ambush. Because, like, it clearly knows that you're there, but it doesn't know whether or not it wants to attack you. Because it heard the fact that you're still alive makes it worry in a way. It seems to be, these things seem to be fairly intelligent. And with your natural 20, you would think that because it's still staying there, means that it knows that there's other dangers as well. And you know that those cloakers are pretty much imperceptible unless they move when they're in resting. So you can imagine that there's probably a couple between here and there, and it's hoping for those to keep wheedling you down.
So, after a quick look around, there's another one of those the death kisses. What do they look like again? Well, how would I describe them? Right? She wouldn't describe them as a death kiss, right?
I mean, do you have the picture in chat? It's the many tentacled beast with
Oh,
the eye in the
is this
middle.
the Discord chat?
Yep, DDMs.
I full screen you guys. That's why I can't. Like, I don't normally look at the chat while I'm playing. Okay. So, all right. I think, is there a way around? Like that my Raven sees?
I mean, you can climb up on the things. It won't. Like you could climb up on the rocks up top. That's how you could probably avoid the cloakers. It won't make you avoid this nasty thing. You can try and outrun it, but you know that it can move just as fast as you all. So you would have to have some pretty amazing stealth checks.
So one of those eyeball creatures is up ahead. I think that there's probably a couple bit more of the face huggers. So.
Oh yeah, Ash's favorite. River will chime in.
I think we should just kind of climb up and just kind of move over and climb up and then hop down and attack the eyeball creature from above. I think the face huggers like the ground. I don't know how many of them are up above. They're hard to perceive, but I'm pretty confident that if we're going to run into them either way, we might as well try the path we don't know, where we might not run into them.
Yeah, Ash will respond.
Plus 5 intelligence.
Ash will respond to River. You're right. I haven't gotten that much FaceTime in months.
Well, that sounds like a you problem. I get plenty. Though I'm sorry that the first FaceTime you got in months had to be that thing.
Oh yeah, let's climb.
Let's climb.
Sounds good.
Athletics check?
Yep. And you are going to get it. It's just kind of how well you do and how much noise you make while doing it.
So Kat got a 17. Ash got a 16.
This was
Nice.
acrobatics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just considering my abilities.
Can I help?
Yeah, you can
More.
like reach your hand down and
Or throw it on a rope.
yeah.
A rope would like trivialize it right there. I don't even know if you need to make a
bit,
check
yeah,
with a rope.
with 15 feet, yeah. River rolled a 26, so they just parkour their way up there and
River parkours up and throws down a rope, and we all
Yeah.
just
I mean,
jaunt
does
up.
River even need to roll with just the amount of just base acrobatics they have?
pretty much no. But as they throw the rope down to Nor, they'll go, what?
Do I have advantage on all the telekinesis checks because of River? Because they're like ability checks.
But you gave them the thing.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
because you
Yeah,
were
yeah,
already
okay.
you had to be attuned to it. So
Oh, I gave her the changeling symbol. Okay.
that's what I thought you did because you were max attuned.
Oh, yeah, I'm not max attuned right now. I'm at 2 out of 3.
Oh,
So
then
that's-
then just say that you take it because every time they had advantage this past turn, they could have just chose to bonus action aim. So you would have advantage on attacks and ability checks.
things I don't do very much, but
Yeah.
but it would have been useful with telekinesis, right? Advantage on all
Yeah.
telekinesis things like that makes telekinesis pretty darn good. Too bad it's a 5th level spell,
Mhm.
and I've already used one, so I'll probably polymorph in the next fight. All right.
So yeah,
So we're
you
up here
all.
now.
Yep, you're all up top. 1 second. What's the marching order? River is more than happy to try and sneak up while everyone else stays behind, so that they could get like the first round of combat off.
Yes.
Sounds good to me.
All right. So I'm going to say you could be 1 second.
I'm removing phase suggestion for Scorching Ray.
So I'm going to put. I'm putting Cat the furthest up that you can be, without having to make a stealth check.
Okay.
So this is as far and as far left as you can go without having to make a stealth check. So, with that in mind, where would everyone want to be? You can
Oh,
get closer
wait.
if you choose to do a stealth check.
5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, I mean, okay, 20, 35, 40. Yeah, I mean, Ash should make some stealth checks.
Okay. So we'll just do this. So it'll be 30 feet of movement with disadvantage, 15 feet of movement, a straight roll. But where would Faye want to be?
Right behind him.
Okay.
I'll watch the rear.
Okay. And River, 1 second. Okay. So they're going to sneak a little bit closer. 5, 10, 15. And they'll actually be okay with this spot. Ash, where would you want to go?
Well, I mean, is River taking? Are we waiting for River to get
Yeah.
in there first?
River is
River
there,
should be.
but
15.
but if you fail the check, then it will compromise River's surprise round.
Can River make it from where they are to DK5?
They're going to do a ranged attack.
Oh. Okay, I see.
Actually, I'll lead.
Then they'll have to do a stealth check.
I will do a stealth check. I have advantage. Correct?
Yes.
Wait, so we're not letting River.
No. River, I'm getting into position. I have a plan.
Mm-hmm.
What's
So
your
that-
plan?
an 18. I'm gonna T-Rex.
Sounds good. So you can
I'm
move
trying to do
15
like the
feet.
one spell slot per encounter. So I use the one
5,
telekinesis.
10.
Now I'll turn into a T-Rex down there, and that'll be my one spell slot.
Oh, you're
for this
gonna
encounter.
you're gonna like.
I'm gonna jump like once she attacks. I'm gonna jump down and T-Rex myself.
All right. So yeah. So I'm just gonna say you're already down. You carefully make your way lower, and you can T-Rex yourself once River lets out the arrow.
So I'll kind of like, yeah. When she
You'll
like pulls
hear.
back, yeah. I was thinking I could just hold my action, right? Like when I see her do that, I polymorph into T-Rex or something like that.
Yep. So you can all have a readied action if you would like. So Ash, what would your readied action be? Your readied action could be just hauling ass to get into melee, if you wanted. But if you wanted to get closer and do a stealth check, you may.
Oh, we short rested. I
Mhm.
can
Yeah, we
arcane. I'm level 12.
So you could get up to 6 levels.
Yeah. I'm gonna shoot. I will just recover what I used, which is one first and 1/5. It's not the thing is I don't know if I'm gonna short rest again. So right, like
Mhm.
better to just take back what I have rather
Yeah.
than hope, right, that I have another short rest today and that I can get a slightly more efficient one.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird that
So-
doesn't come up on the short rest thing for
Mm-hmm.
on D&D Beyond, because the illusory self thing that comes back does show it, like shows that like don't forget to take this back, but it doesn't remind me about arcane recovery, which for some reason I just find that cute. Oh, that's because arcane recovery is not isn't when it's when you finish a short rest you can only do it once per day.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
All right, so yeah, Ash will stealth up to the square just above River because then he can get to DK5 and do 3 attacks.
Okay. Give me
And-
Go ahead.
That stealth check is not awful. It's a 25.
Okay. Yep.
26.
All right. So you all. So yeah, your reaction will be to move down towards it. Okay. So let's all roll for initiative because you all passed the stealth checks. So you all get a surprise round on.
So do I have an advantage on initiative rolls too?
Mm-hmm.
Or is that okay?
Yeah. Everything.
So 27, Kelly.
Sounds good.
17 for Nor.
Nice.
9 for Faye.
Okay.
Oh, and her phase prepared action is just a firebolt.
Yup. 1 second. And then we got Cat on the same thing. Okay. So, River. God. Thank God for that advantage, because that was a 2 on the dice. So River slowly crouches down, draws an arrow, closes one eye, and then releases it and hits the Death Kiss in one of the eyes of its tentacles, and will deal hopefully more damage than last time. Better. 24 points of damage to the Death Kiss, and it lets out a screech of pain as the arrow
Which you might have been
pierces
able
it.
to hear, but the roar of a T-Rex with the entire cavern appears at the same time.
I love
At
it.
the loosing of the arrow.
Amazing. 1 second. Let me.
I want the facehuggers to just be on the T-Rex because it would just, I don't know, for some reason that would just be funny to me. Like imagining them all trying to like face hug like this illusory beast that's just like rah, rah.
There we go. Now we have Big Nor.
Big Nor.
Tyrannosaurus Nor.
Tyrannosaurus Rex Nor is actually just Nor 3 times her normal size.
Yup.
She's
That would be terrifying.
Nice.
I
And then Ash's ready to action is to rush over.
Oh, then I just shape change, right? I just use my actual shape changing abilities to turn into a T-Rex.
Amazing.
All right, let's blow that 4th level.
And then we have Faye.
Oh yeah, she shoots out the firebolt.
Mm-hmm.
That's a natural 2, 11.
That will not do it. And then I imagine Cat is just told to run forward. Leia?
Oh yeah, yep. Sorry.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Yeah, I could get into melee range. All right, we are now at a surprise round. We are at the top with Ash. What do you do?
Yeah, let's just murk it.
Oh, she does.
Oh.
She does do +5 damage.
Hey! So I'll add 5
Add.
to that.
That's
She didn't hit. She didn't hit.
Oh,
that
right,
round.
right. Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's elemental affinity fire, which is
Nice.
it's no action. It's just she can
Is this
+5 damage whenever she hits with the
is
fire.
this thing large?
Yes.
Hot. So that is going to be 23, 23, and a 33 for a nat 20.
Nice.
So let's do some cool shit. I'm gonna do a bunch of math. Hold on.
It's a large creature, the DK5, the
Mhm.
Death Kiss? Alright, so I can't
Correct.
grapple it with my bite, because I can only grapple
Hmm.
medium or smaller. Unfortunately. I wanted to just start swinging it around.
That is 50 points of hot damage.
Oh.
That's
All
some
right,
good
so
damage.
you slash it, and with every hit, you're taking lightning damage from this thing as it crackles and
Ooh.
goes through and like numbs your fingers. So you take 21 points of lightning damage across the 3
Jesus
attacks.
Christ.
They're
Alright,
tough
so
bastards, but I mean, you did a lot more damage to it.
But we
so
have to fight more things today.
sorry, you said 20. How much?
2-1.
Okay. And then Cat got a 19, 2 on the die, and then a 19. So I figured 2 on the die doesn't hit, but does
Yeah.
the 19 hit?
Correct.
All right, so that's gonna be 2 points of damage.
Sounds good. They go tradesies. As he swipes at the Death Kiss, it takes 2 points of lightning damage. from the beast. And it is now the Death Kiss's turn that hisses angrily. It is going to attempt to grab you with a tentacle, Ash. And that will be 16 plus 8, 24 to hit.
That hits.
All right, you are grappled by it. You take 13 points of damage. And then it will bring you closer to its mouth, and it just starts sucking the life out of you. I need a Constitution saving throw. I can't hear you because you're muted.
That's gonna be a 26.
All right, and then it's going to keep doing it. It's like a vacuum. It keeps sucking you up. I need another con save.
I mean, that's a natural 19, so that's gonna be 27.
All right, so you avoid getting blood drained by this. Like Ash is just getting into every creature's face today that he does not want to be. It's a sad day for him.
It's okay.
Next up is Nor,
Like,
who has to barely fit through.
I barrel through the thing, and I'm gonna get right up on. Is there any other creatures in here that I can attack as I'm barreling through?
Not that you can see.
All right, because I can't do
know.
both my attacks on the same target, but I will bite. That'll be a 20 to hit.
That will
Flat,
hit.
unnatural. All right, so that'll do. I'm gonna roll 4d12. How often do you get to roll 4d12 plus 7? So
That's amazing.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, 10 and 12 on the first two. So
Oh
that'll
my
be
God.
22. The second two are double fours, so that's 30 plus 7, 37 piercing damage. I just
Damn.
as I grab it and just squeeze it in like a little balloon between my Tyrannosaurus Rex teeth. I'm chomping on the bit. That'll be my turn.
All right.
Ash just gets sprayed in blood.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, I take some lightning
smiling
damage, right?
and kind
yeah,
of
you do.
laughing maniacally.
You take 9 lightning damage from that.
All right,
attack.
I'm just using the base thing. I'm actually going to use Twitch chat to keep track of this.
Sounds good. Next up, we have River, who is going to do the same thing as last time, and they will hit
John.
for another 17 points of damage on him. 1 second.
Yes.
They shoot out another tentacle, one of the ones that was all set. It's like, right up in Ash's face. It's trying to like latch onto your cheek, and then an arrow just goes through and it falls limp onto your shoulder. And now it's Faye's turn.
Faye is going to she'll just firebolt it again from above. Not too good. 14.
That will not do it.
Nope. All right, that's her turn.
Right.
She'll
she's just
move
beefing
forward.
it this round.
She'll move forward to be next to River, or like not like right next to, but maybe like 15 feet up, or maybe not. I don't think she can.
5,
she can't make
10,
it that far.
15,
So.
20 here.
Oh yeah. That's where I wanted. So that's good.
Sounds good. We are back at the top with Ash. You are currently grappled by this thing that is trying to drain the life out of you.
So does that give me disadvantage on attacks? Is that what we're
Nope,
talking
you
about?
just have a movement of 0.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, it's restrained. Damn. So
Oh,
you would have disadvantage.
Kelly.
Sorry.
Oh, shit. Fuck.
It's just I just hate the way that they word the monsters. Like, oh, the target
One
is
of
grappled.
those
Well,
was
it's
supposed to be a fucking nat 20.
sorry.
And a second nat 20 in a row. God damn it. Whatever. All right. So the first one was, I guess, still a 22.
That'll hit.
The second one is a 24 still, and
That'll
the
hit.
third one is a.
You're gonna take
30,
so
20.
much damage.
Yep. All 3 hit. No, I'm just frustrated because it says like and the target is grappled, so like you think grappled rules, but then it says until the grapple ends, the target is restrained. Like, just say they're restrained. Don't say that they're grappled and then that they're restrained. It happened on both of these monsters.
It's okay. It happens. D&D is hard. Being a DM is a lot of, you're always balancing so much,
All right, that's 25 across 3 attacks.
Nice. It is not looking good. 1 second. You across those 3 attacks will take 12 lightning damage as you carve into it 3 times. You bzz, bzz, bzz. Cat's turn.
Where are my d20s? There they are. Okay. 2 on 4 on the die. Does nothing.
Nope. So the Death Kiss, knowing that you are not going to be an easy target to drain, it turns its eyes towards Cat, and it will make an attack at Cat. And that will be a 20-something to hit, which I know will hit him. For 1, 7, 12, 16 points of piercing damage. I need a Constitution saving throw out of them.
Do they have? Okay, yeah, no, I do. Okay. Blue, 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 blue. Where are my dice? Okay, so that is going to be mathing a 17.
Okay. Cat is able to kind of pull back. I need another con save.
Something better. It's 17.
Nice. Alright, so it tries to suck the life out of both of you, but neither of its targets ring true. We are now at Nor.
Chomp chomp. Oh, that's a bad roll. Natural 20.
Just tell me how you kill it. It has 10 HP left.
So I already chomped it once, and then as it like turns to Cat, it's just like it like loses like all of its eyes go on the Cat, and they're trying to suck it. And then from behind, just and then it's like when like the shark comes from behind something like in the sea and just like chomps it in its paw. And I grab it in between my my teeth, and then I just like. All that's left when I pull back are the arm eyes, and all the, like I'll fall onto the ground like limbs being chopped off, and I just tear it up. Then I throw it. I'm gonna throw it forward into the, down the where we're gonna go, to say this is what happens if you fuck with us. Like you better go. You cloakers better get out of here.
Yeah.
And it's just this gross mangled Death Kiss body just rolls across the floor.
Nice.
And I don't know if I have enough room to squeeze through these hallways in T-Rex form.
No.
I might have to drop it in a little bit, but at least.
Give me a because this one is okay, but this one over here is way too narrow. So you would.
I'll throw it over.
No, for you as T-Rex, Nor.
Oh, okay.
Because you could stomp over it, but
just
this
climb.
is 5 feet.
Climb.
Yeah, I'll just climb over it. I'm just gonna destroy everything.
Yeah, but I'm just curious how a T-Rex can, I'm imagining that, you have to, lay your head on top of the thing and
a
be,
T-Rex
pushed up.
definitely has enough quad to jump that shit. 15 feet?
Okay.
With a running
yes,
start.
okay.
I am a
Definitely
huge beast.
That's true.
I imagine I could just, maybe not the standing leap, but maybe just the put one foot up there and just climb over it.
So it's gonna happen, but I want to see how many tries it takes. Give me an athletics or acrobatics check.
So athletics would be +7 because I have a 25 strength score, so that'll be a 20.
Oh yeah, first try. You take a few steps back. The tail swishes. And River kind of gives a 3, 2, 1 go, and then you do a running jump and just leap over flawlessly. What's up?
Do I still have advantage on all my stuff when near River in T-Rex form? Okay, so I'll roll again just to check. Even 28 this time.
Oh yeah.
That 28 would be natural 20. 26.
For the record, Cat and Ash. Yeah. Ash decided he was going to try something, and as the T-Rex is jumping, climb up run up the T-Rex to get on top.
I'll let you ride the T-Rex.
And but he wasn't gonna ride the T-Rex, but get jump over to get up instead of climbing up the rocks.
Oh, I'm like a staircase, my tail to head. Yeah, I'll wait for.
got nat 20s.
Yo.
Nice.
Double nat 20s to get that done.
So yeah,
That's
I
amazing.
elevator you guys
So
up.
cool. We look really, really fucking fly right now.
Oh,
Kind
yeah.
of like an anime, but
Yo.
it's fine.
River
my
whistles at y'all.
So my
Like,
polymorph lasts
good
for an
job.
hour, so I'm gonna keep stomping through. I'm assuming that maybe the loudness of the T-Rex makes like a lot of the things that might want to fight us be like, oh no,
dead ass. Like,
no.
that's what I was actually thinking, because there were a lot of little things that I was going to have chip away at y'all. But the T-Rex stomping makes them scatter. 1 second. I'm gonna have River do a perception check, but Ash, can you do one too?
Perception is a dirty 20.
Okay. 1 second. So you're able to see some little things just kind of like that are like ankle height scatter away as you all get close. River's able to get a better look at them and seeing, following Ash's sort of line of sight. They'll give you a nudge and go, "Did you see that?"
Yep. Well, it's nice to have large animals with you.
Yeah, but there's a lot of them, and that only lasts for so long.
Okay.
All right. And you walk deeper into the dungeon. You're starting to get tired. It's close to, and just when the dinosaur form drops is around the time where you're starting to feel like you should get some rest. And you,
Really?
I mean,
How long have we been walking?
A while.
Like this is like 12 hours?
You're getting close to that. Like
Okay.
you traveled a good like 3 or 4 hours just to get to the place.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
There was like the pre-times.
exactly. And then you traveled several more hours to get to where you're at right now, and then it's another hour that you avoided some combat. And
All right. Well, if we're feeling tired, yeah, we could bed down for the evening. I'm gonna refill my water bottle quick, but I'll be right back.
yeah. And you River helps make some camp going. You have your rations that you go through. What would be the order that you're taking watch tonight?
Ash will take third watch. He likes third watch. Him and Cat.
Mm-hmm. River will offer first.
Okay. So I guess if Eric's cool with it, Nora can take 4 and
Sorry, it's just funny watching Eric run across the screen.
Nora will take 4 and Faye will take 2.
Sounds good.
I'm guessing Wojtek also stays up with me.
Yup. So yeah, actually, I do have a token for the bear. I'll throw him down. 1 second. We'll pretend it's more of this stuff, but
I'm still here.
and
I just have an itch that would be fucking awkward on camera.
got it. There we go. So we'll get Faye back down here. And do you do like the tiny hut like cup? The nest?
I mean, we don't have any trees down here, do we?
No.
What kind of protection does Tiny Hut give? I always forget.
I mean, if you wanted to cast it normal way, you would be able to have it so that creatures can't go inside. But they can burrow up into, like, it doesn't have a floor. It's just that if they don't have a burrow, then
Okay, I have a very serious question for you. If we do one tiny hut upside down and the other tiny hut on
We
top,
can do two.
can we make a ball?
No.
A tiny hut ball?
No. You're thinking of it wrong. It's two semicircles, right? Not one on bottom, one on top. One like this, one like this.
Yeah, that's also fine. Can we do that though?
One to the
Can
left,
we-
one to the
Well,
right.
then they're gonna just crack open unless you are able to have it between two walls. Like they're not
We could.
freestand. Like they're
Okay,
not.
but then... All right.
Like they're not. Like they're still beholden to the thing to gravity.
Okay, so tiny
It says
huts.
it's
Is it like a
immobile.
physical? Is
So
it like
I
a
would
physical
say, is it prone to gravity? If it
If
is
it's not,
immobile,
if it is immobile, then
Yeah,
yes.
immobile
But
dome,
you
of
would not
course.
be. I mean, you would have to ritually cast it a lot, because like the amount of people that can fit into a tiny hut when it's like domed, you know, with a big open thing is different than the ones that can like fit in this kind of, you know, little area here. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
It's a 10-foot radius hemisphere.
yes.
what if we dug into the ground and created a little dome that we could put our dome into, and then put a dome over the top of us?
You would have to carve a lot into the ground to get the
Is the
dome
gr-
underneath. It's
Wait, is the
literal
ground-
rock.
Oh, it's rock. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, have we seen any evidence of
Things that
burrowing,
burrowing. Not really.
rock burrowing things like as we've been walking?
Not yet.
I'm looking at my.
But what I'm saying is, like, with a tiny hut, like, when you are, like, I'm trying to find, like, a half, something that I have that's a half circle, but, like, when the open face is at the bottom, you have a lot more surface that people can interact with. But when you're up here, where it's kind of at this kind of, like, you know, like, ball point, you know, you're kind of, like, sliding all into the center, so you're just going to have, like, everyone on top of each other, so you wouldn't be able to rest when you're, like, dog-piled with, like, 6 people.
All right.
That's what
we
I
can
was
cast
saying.
it more than once.
Right, that's what I'm saying. You would need to ritually cast it multiple times.
I mean, I don't even have to ritually cast it. I could, unless it's a concentration, which I don't think it is. I can tiny
No.
hut. I mean, we're going to sleep, so I can tiny hut a few times.
We could.
Without-
Yes.
Much, like Ash would not feel super.
Yeah, and I mean, I
Yeah,
also can
casting
ritually.
it.
I can ritually cast tiny hut.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, you have a lot of people who could do this. I'm not saying that you can. I just wanted you to factor in the time it would take.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the thing is like Ash and Nora could both ritually cast at the same time, and I think 2 tiny huts could get us fine because it's 10-foot radius, so it's 20 feet across in every direction. Like,
It's big.
It is, but I would say when you have Cat and the bear and
You know what?
multiple people, you'd have to do 2 spheres to
I
fit
if we
don't.
did-
everyone.
I'm not
Yeah.
disagreeing with you. I'm just
What
also
if we
saying
just
like,
do
it's not
one
small.
sphere and we just like one tiny hut that Nora will cast, and then we just have somebody keep watch, make sure nothing burrows up on us, and you know. Well,
Wait, Kelly's saying we can't have only one tiny hut.
No, you can.
I mean, I assume we have to be. I mean, just rules as written.
But you would need
It-
to have 2 spheres.
9 creatures of medium size or smaller can fit in the dome with you, right? So
Right, but that's when like one second. If you are looking at something,
it's a 10-foot radius dome.
yes. But that's when it's assuming that you are doing this.
And I'm saying just do the. Yeah, I'm saying
And
do
you can
that.
We're
fit
saying
9
that's what we're
yeah.
doing.
Okay.
That's what we're
Ye-
doing.
And,
Okay,
you know,
but y'all
you-
kept talking spheres and doubling it up. That's why I was saying if you were doing this,
No, that's
everyone
why
would
we
be-
asked. No, I mean that's why we asked if we had seen any burrowing creatures, because if we haven't seen any
Mhm.
burrowing holes, if we haven't seen any creatures that are that would be burrowing, then we wouldn't care and we would just do one tiny hut. Now, if as the DM you were telling us there are going to be burrowing creatures, that is a different conversation.
I have just said that you have not seen anything that has made you think that there are burrowing creatures.
In that case, we are only doing one tiny hut.
Okay. All right. River said that they will take first watch. So 1 second.
All right.
And their watch goes by without an issue. They do bring up whoever goes second. I think that was Nor, we said, because Ash is
Right.
third. They will let Nor know that they saw more of those little, like, shadow creatures. What are you laughing about?
Sorry, I just want to show you a picture. I'll send it in the wait, I can't. I'll send it in the Discord chat. It is of a way to get around all of this.
Uh-huh.
It's so people are so clever. So this is to the DNDM's chat, but the idea is that you could dig a hole, and then from where you cast the thing, the dome itself is under the ground, so it is covered. I don't know. I just thought it was funny. Somebody made this little graphic. Anyways, she tells me that some things are skittering about outside.
Incredible. I love it. Sorry. Yeah, so River will explain that there's these little shadow ball things that kind of keep poking around, and anytime they got a little too close, River would just kind of shoo them away. And, they didn't seem aggressive, so River didn't attack any of them. But yeah.
Sounds good. I'll go ahead and make a perception check.
Mm-hmm.
With advantage. Is it with advantage if they're unconscious?
Yep.
All right.
You just
That'll
have
be
to be around a changeling.
that'll be a 17.
Yeah. You notice those little shadowy creatures, and you recognize what they are.
Oh yeah, we did see them last time.
Do you
Maybe when
remember
she
what they
said it,
did?
I didn't. They're like the little suit creatures from Spirited Away.
Yup.
I don't remember much else beyond that though. It's been a long
Give
time.
me a history check, Nor, to see if Nor will remember.
It's like a candle of invocation is just lit next to me. Everything's with advantage. History.
Mm-hmm.
Natural 20, 25.
Yeah. So you remember that they can eat anything and everything. And it is possible for them to eat through rock. You don't see that they have burrowed into places necessarily, but they seem to have great interest in you all, and you would maybe be a little concerned on whether or not they would try to burrow into the tiny hut to eat whatever you have. They're not going to cause you danger, but they will cause your possessions danger.
I forgot. Did we communicate with them last time?
You were not able to, but they did make the little brr, brr sounds. You know, so like you communicated it to them in the way that you communicate to your cat.
I will. I don't have very many communication things. I'm going to take a little morsel of food and I'm going to cast light on it, and I'm going to toss it out of the thing.
They scatter. And it's in that moment that you remember, and I forgot to tell you this, but we'll just say that you remember this as it happens. They hate light. So they scatter, like they're all set, and then they scatter away from the light, and they're waiting at the edges of the shadow.
All right. Well, during my watch, I'll keep up lighted things, and I'll just tell whoever comes after me, just keep some light up, and they'll stay back. Who's after me?
Ash, you're muted.
That'd be Ash, yeah. I mean, sure, like Ash will light a torch because he doesn't actually have light, the spell.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Give me a perception check.
it's gonna be a 19.
Yeah, fairly early into your watch, you watch, like they try and get closer to you, but then you'll, shine the light and scare them away. And as you continue to shine the light, they start burrowing into the ground.
Those little fuckers.
Um, cool. So, I don't know. He'll just take out some mundane items from his mundane item pocket
Mm-hmm.
and, like, chuck them away from him.
Yeah, and they devour
Um,
it. They love it. They are gobbling it up, and you, at one point, curiosity gets the better of you, and you kind of look down one of the holes, and you notice that, and you kind of shine the torch in, and you notice that they get stuck down there. Because as they eat, they grow in size, and the only way they can chew through the stone is to eat. But they can't, like, they grow at a size faster than they can chew the tunnels out. So as they try and chew themselves out, and make the tunnel wider, they're also making themselves wider.
oh, fascinating.
Yep.
Cool.
But your watch goes by without a hitch.
Awesome.
And last up is Faye.
Faye, well, she can create bonfires, do that, and she can do control flame. So she's got plenty of ways to make light. Her perception though is only 8, 11, and 11.
Nice. I mean, they did a poor stealth roll, and you notice one of the beasts, little shadow beasts, making their way over to the tiny hut. And so I'm gonna say that like it's not breaking the hut, but it is like chewing through it, like it's actually eating the force, not so fast that like it is compromising the integrity of the tiny hut, but these things are capable of eating through the tiny hut. And Faye quickly shoos it away after she's able to be like, is it actually doing it? Shit, it is. Alright, let me get him away. What do you talk about in the morning?
Well, looks like we have some friends, enemies, frenemies following us around.
Yeah, I mean, Ash is generally pretty. I can't remember if I made him a morning person or not. I feel like he would be groggy though. Like when
Yeah.
he first wakes up. Like I feel like when he's at home, he kind of like waits until the grump goes away to like come downstairs. But like on adventures, like you're all sleeping together, so he would be kind of grump in the morning.
I'll make you some tea.
Yeah. He will pass around hot cups of coffee from his jacket. It's not the best coffee you've ever had, but it's okay.
River, oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, nothing. That was just a sigh while she's drinking the coffee.
River, upon seeing Ash continue to just be a grumpy Gills, they'll just go like, just call your kids. Get in a better mood.
They are so loud in the morning.
That's why I don't have them. Not yet, at least.
They're pretty okay. But yeah, I mean, he would definitely do ascending every day.
Oh yeah.
Either at the start or at the end of the day. To his peeps.
Definitely.
Probably at the end because that's like because that's like he doesn't want to start the day with a spell slot taken up.
I mean, you do have the Sending Stone.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. But yeah, no, River was just like, I don't want to be around you when you're grumpy. Go do something that I know will put you in a better mood so I don't have to deal with you being a grump. was
I
essentially
mean,
what
that
that was.
seems like a personal problem.
No shrug.
Um,
And then they'll turn to Norn. They'll go, so, do you know, you seem familiar with these shadow things. Do they multiply? I mean, some of them are looking pretty big right now. Do they eat each other?
I'd argue with that nat 20 history check, you would know.
Oh yeah, I think they don't. They like each other. They're social in a weird way. They seem to want to be around each other. I don't know if they can communicate. I have yet to figure out how to talk to them, but they're mostly harmless.
Mostly.
Mostly. They
How
haven't
are they
harmed me.
harmful?
Well, they eat things. So don't give them anything that you don't want them to eat.
Fair
And
enough.
just keep. They don't like the light though, and we tend to bring light with us, so we'll be okay.
Fair enough. At that time, you hear just sort of like a rumbling in the hallway. Not the hallway, like off in the caverns in the distance, nowhere near you, but just because everything echoes here, you hear that something caved in somewhere. Just a rush of rock. Um, Give me a survival check, anyone who is proficient.
That's
Not
gonna be a
I.
24. 23, sorry.
Yeah. So you did not feel a tremble like an earthquake or anything like that would be at cause of this. So there must be something large down here that caused a disturbance for a landslide. It could have gotten caught up in this little landslide or cave in, but you know that there are large beasts down here.
For sure.
Not that that's like anything new, but you are getting closer to that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so Nora, how long left do we have to go here?
DM?
About a day's journey.
About a day's journey, though. You
Alright.
know.
That's not bad.
And then that's when we reach the city, though, right? Then and from what I recall, the journey there after the city went by pretty fast. Well, it took a long time, but it was uneventful. But the city itself, we could be there for a while. Just
Yeah.
depends on it and how long it takes for us to get what we want. And how many of those fucking little rock gremlin things are hanging out.
Yup.
What
Like
are these rock gremlin things you speak of?
Well, we went into a library, I think, or some
it
right.
was
That
City
was
Hall.
we went into City Hall and we were trying to explore. She would probably just say a big building or an important looking building, right? She probably wouldn't know it is City Hall, right? And there were so many of these rock creatures that just attacked us, and we had to run.
So like above table, like the dungeon crawl really is once you get into the city hall area. Like this part over here is actually more dangerous than the last time you got through. The last time you didn't fight anything on the way. So yes, it was good for you to save your spell slots for this bit, but you know that the real danger comes not upon entering the city, but getting to the more well-guarded places of the city that you didn't even or barely touched the last time you got here.
So today's another day where I can probably just blow spell slots because if it's a day's journey, then all right. But or maybe there just won't be much fighting to do.
Yeah. No, above table, we're just kind of fast tracking it a little bit, but I do want perception checks and survival checks just to see like what you encounter during the travel.
Perception checks through my Raven. That's
Okay,
terrible. 10.
Amazing.
Perception check for Ash is 22. Cat is 5. Survival check for Ash is 21.
Okay. So with the survival checks, like Nor is like, she's probably like being led by the hand by Faye because she's mostly blinded and deafened during the time she's looking through her Raven. So Faye's guiding her during that. And you could still talk. You could say like, "Oh, there's this up ahead. I remember this sort of thing, this sort of smell." And so Ash will kind of pick up on those cues and be able to guide you all in that direction. You do encounter. One second, I'm going to show you what you encounter today. One second. You encounter one of these that, and it didn't feel good to have to slay it. Maybe you found a way to drop it unconscious and then swiftly move away. You could choose whether or not what you do once I tell you kind of what happens. It seemed to be guarding something, like maybe you trespassed into what it considers its home. And it just attacked you, and it would not stop attacking you.
What is it, and why would we feel bad about it?
Oh, because it just seemed to be defending its home, in a way.
All these things are technically defending their homes.
Yeah.
If I feel bad about something, I can always just wall of force and we can walk away.
Yeah. So So however you choose to handle it, that is what you encounter. It is a large monstrosity. It has beady eyes and beady yellow eyes, and it. One second, let me just see what it's.
It doesn't react to like us talking to it or anything.
No. I don't think that you would. Yeah, no, it definitely does not. And this particular one. One second, I want to see what its trait was. Yeah, you found it at first. It seemed to be chasing like a bat. And that's actually how you encountered it. It was just playfully chasing a bat, and then it just bounded into your way and trampled over some of you. And then once it realized you were there, it turned its attention to you and attacked.
So what I would do is I think this is a good solution because it doesn't seem like we're its primary target. I will instead of like angering it perhaps by putting it in a ball, I will just get try to position all of us so that we're like in between, and then I can make 10 foot by 10 foot panels for wall of force.
Okay.
And so just like since we're in a cave, I can kind of just throw
like
up
100 feet to work with, right?
Yeah, so I just throw up like the panels so that it creates like a wall, like an actual like wall between us, and I just like see you later, and I was just gonna keep going in the opposite direction.
Yeah, and it makes some angry roaring noises in your direction, and paws. You can tell it doesn't have that great intelligence because it just keeps slamming over and over and pawing at it over and over, not seeming to understand why it can't move forward, even though it can see you. You encounter more of those gray little motes. They do eat your rations, Nor. One of them kind of sneaks up into your bag while you're in your bird's eyes, but luckily Ash has enough stale sandwiches to feed y'all. So just because it ate your particular rations doesn't mean that you're going to go hungry. But it's a minor inconvenience. And you pull it out of your bag when you hear some nom munching sounds and toss them down, and it makes little like and scampers away. But as you get closer to the city, because the little chirpy shadow guys, when they were further away, there were a fair amount of them, but not like a huge amount. And as you get closer to where the city is, it's almost like an infestation, and they seem hungrier. They're smaller now, as opposed to like instead of having like a grapefruit size, now they're all like golf ball size, and they seem ravenous and angry because there's so many, and they're fighting with one another sometimes, and you can hear like little popping noises in the distance, and then some are blown back a little bit. And you take caution with Ash's help to avoid them as best as you can. But when you get to the city and overlook it, it's very different from what you last saw, Nor, because what the last time you were here, it was definitely abandoned, old, it was crumbling, but there were a lot of structures that still stood in place and stood the test of these thousands of years. But it looks like just a shadow of what it once was, because these little shadow beasts have eaten away at most of these structures, at the rocks, at the foundations, at the things that used to reside here. Give me a perception check.
Through Raven or just?
Yeah, you can send the Raven out to do like a sweep. Like imagine you're coming up on like the hill.
16.
Okay. Yeah, so just imagine that you're coming up on a hill that overlooks the city. You know, it's still about, 400 yards away, and the city itself is about like a mile long, so you get an overview. And you said a 16?
Yep.
Okay. With that 16, you are able to see there are two parts of the city that are not disturbed by this infestation. There is one that do you remember last time when you went to the city, there was a church that seemed that the outside was completely demolished but the inside was fairly okay?
Yeah.
It's that one particular spot is untouched as it appears. It is a very small radius around the church, like, so say like for 1 block's worth. There are a small conglomerate of houses. Now you would also remember that the block. So just imagine like a full block, and in the center is a church. That block was not kind of protected back then in the way that it seems to be now. So it seems like a larger form of protection is stopping the little shadow guys from getting in. And then at the very back of the city, at the very end, up against the face of the mountain, where the city hall was, there just seems to be a line that, and the little shadow guy stopped there. And there's a large kind of winding stair that goes up into the mountain face where you go into the city hall.
So it kind of looks like just the shadow creatures have had a year to just eat and eat and eat and eat and eat.
Yep. And they seem to have eaten a lot of the things, like, so, you went to the library and you went to, other places in here and found out about the civilization a little bit. You didn't spend a lot of time. But all of that seems to have been lost to these shadow things. The only places that seem to not be bothered for some reason or another are those two places. So if you were looking for information...
They seem to be protected in some way.
Exactly. Yep.
All right. Well... So, group, based on just, my pet I can't remember the name of.
Just give it a new name.
Well, I had it was a good name. It was like a sentimental name. But, I'm having trouble. Anyways.
Comes back at us with Poe.
It looks like the church is untouched, and the place we're really going to is untouched, but everything else has fallen into disarray due to those shadow creatures that we saw last night.
Magical rats.
Yes. So I think we should check out the church because it's kind of on the way, and then we can head up to the fancy building. I don't like calling it City Hall. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
Do you think that these things are gonna try and do anything to us as we try to walk through them?
As long as we hold up light, they should avoid us. They're not hostile. They're just...
Now, you would know that they have been more hostile the closer you get to the city because they're hungry. So you're going to have to... Are they hungrier more than they are scared of the light?
If we find out that they seem to be bold, then I'll just cast fly on everyone. I assume like they may be powerful little munchers, but they can't. I don't think they can beat me just becoming, just flying wherever, right? I can become a giant eagle and maybe carry one person each talon or something, like, yeah. So like we'll figure out a way to fly out of here.
Yep.
Otherwise.
Sounds good. So you get about, you start heading down because you're at the, top of the overview, and you're able to take the staircase down to the ground level of the city. And as you are using this light, it does scare a couple of them away, but once you're getting towards the bottom of the staircase, they are starting to bite at you. There are swarms of them.
All right. You guys win. You win, little guys. And
and for flavor,
the city's not that big, right? Like if I were to be in giant eagle form, I could just pick everyone. Like I could get to there, right, in the time, right?
Giant eagle, you would have an hour. So yeah, you would have an hour. It would take you. So just as a heads up, the city is a mile across. The church is closer to the front, so it's about a quarter of a mile in. So if you were running, that would take you 2 minutes, so like as the eagle flies, it would be
yeah.
Well, we could run to the church first and then
No. We'll
wanted to
fly
check
to
out
the
the church, right?
Yeah, we're gonna fly to the church. What I will do is I will turn into a giant eagle. I don't know how many people I can carry. I have it is a large beast, so I don't know if I can carry everyone. And Cat.
Can't carry Cat and Wojtek and
yeah. So we'll make some trips.
But would you be able to carry some? What's your strength as the eagle?
+3, 16.
So 16 times 15 is your carry weight.
240.
1 second. Okay. I looked for.
And
that's
you
rough.
can go above your carry weight. It means you move at half speed, right? So.
I think you could double your carry weights and go at half speed.
So, and if it's only a 2-minute walk and my fly speed is 80 feet, then even at half speed.
I'm saying 2-minute run. So you would be
a
dashing.
2-minute run, yeah. So, but even at half speed, I'll be able to make the trips in the hour, right?
Exactly. So yeah, because Wojtek is around like 350. So, and I would say Cat is like 2-ish. So.
We haven't long rested since we saw that beast that I wall of forced.
Correct.
Okay, just making sure. I wanted to make sure I kept that checked. All right, so I'll cast Giant Eagle. Giant Eagle, not Polymorph. I just have 4th level spell slot, Giant Eagle.
Yeah.
And then I will start ferrying. I will get Ash.
And River can wild shape as a.
Okay.
I was gonna say they could wild shape into something small, just so that you could have more people kind of together.
Easy amounts in my pocket.
And, I think the challenge rating is 1 on the Giant Eagle. So couldn't they just turn into a Giant Eagle?
They're a level 2 druid.
Oh, they're a shitty druid.
Yeah. They were rogue only, and then they met Lucky, and they wanted to be.
And they can't fly, right? Yeah, you can't be a flying creature until you. So yeah, they just become a little mouse in Ash's pocket or something. Sounds good. So I'll leave Wojtek and Faye back a little bit, right? They back up to where the things are still not like more fearful of the fire, and I will ferry. I'll just do a ferry, and then once everyone's there, I will drop the eagle form. And we can enter the church. Is that fair? Like, I'm assuming like there's that line, right? Like it's a kind of a magical line, right? So like if I just drop them off like 5 feet beyond that line, they're not in the church, right? They're not necessarily in danger.
Yeah.
But or at least from what I can see, unless you tell me that I can see danger. But then I can go back, right? And we'll just kind of leapfrog, right, from here to the city hall and fly up and.
Yeah. So
Are these things flammable? These little dudes.
While Nora is ferrying people over, you can try and, shoot some fire at them.
I mean, I was just gonna,
chuck
a torch.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
I'm
chuck
asking-
a torch.
All right. Now let's just 1 second. Pretend that Wojtek is the what's it called? The kind of the conglomerate, and this over here is the barrier. How far do you go?
Wait,
chuck?
sorry, what's the barrier?
This, this wall over here. The difference between the floor and the rock.
I mean, if they're like swarming all over, he would try to chuck it probably at least 15, 20 feet away from the barrier.
Okay, and are you going up to the barrier to get a better look, or are you staying further back?
I mean, it's only 10 feet away, so as long as you can see that there is a chunk, he'll just chuck it.
Okay.
Try and do like, if this is a line, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, probably at the 40-foot mark, you try to just chuck a torch. I'm assuming it's like an acrobatics or a...
Well, it's a dex check. You could only chuck up to 20 feet away.
Oh,
with
really?
That, like, disadvantage. So that's why I'm asking how close do you get to the barrier?
I mean, he doesn't want to get too close to this bear. He'd probably go up 5 feet. I mean, like, okay, so you can't chuck beyond 20 feet unless it's at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd use a disadvantage. That's fine.
Yeah. Sounds good.
I mean, yeah, that's still a 16.
Okay, yeah, so you find a good conglomerate of them all, and you chuck a torch over at them, and there's a sizzling sound before suddenly burst, like this large explosion of force happens, and then it's like it's a ripple effect, and it starts off
Oh, no.
strong, and then it dies down a little bit because like they dodge out of the way. But, like, if each of them are golf ball sized, you heard about, like, 45 to 55 pops as they exploded, and the damage from one hurt another, and then they exploded because they were hurt, and that hurt another one, until they were able
Are
to
they
scatter
smart
enough.
enough to know that that was me?
They are.
Oh, no. Yeah. Ash is gonna be like, fuck.
Yeah. And like there's a small pause because like, and Nora, you hear pop 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 pop, and you see like a small
You hear Ash yell, fuck.
and the bear just like looks over at you. Oh wait, no, the bear's not there yet. River, as a mouse, will poke their head out of the pocket and
Sorry.
which you can translate as "what the fuck." And
Oh no.
they start kind of like moving up to this wall barrier, invisible barrier, and they're like moving up over it, like so they start like climbing on top of one another
Ash
in
is gonna
front of you. And
Ash
just
is gonna
start...
pull out a blanket from his pocket of like his pocket of mundane items and just like chuck it over the barrier by like 5 feet. He's just gonna feed them because I don't know.
Oh,
what do you mean?
feeding them. Okay, I got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were trying to
Like,
cover that. I was like, yeah, and they start climbing up, but then when the blanket goes over, they start moving down and just tear apart the blanket.
Yeah, he's just trying
It's
to
like
make
watching
them not come
piranhas.
after him because that was not what he was trying to do.
Yeah, but that's what happened. So
Remember
you
all
learn...
the times Nora was like, just don't bug them and they won't bug you.
Sorry.
yeah, let me see what happens if I throw fire at them. I wonder what happens. But I mean, you do learn that when they take damage, they explode, and that hurts.
Yeah, so he'll chuck some mundane item, like several, like just like over the wall. Not so many that any of them can get huge, but also.
I mean, there's literally thousands of them in sight, so
just like trying to like be like, I'm your friend, I'm sorry. Distract them enough that they kind of forget the way that cats do that they were attempting to attack you.
Yep.
Definitely
works.
That's what he was doing.
So Nor finally gets the last person over. It's been about 15-20 minutes total. You're taking great care. And you land. Do you wild shape or unpolymorph yourself?
I'm gonna take a little bit of a risk. I'm gonna go just check out the big building, the city hall, the building on the thing. I just want to fly a little bit closer. I just want to see if it's still in the shape that I remember it, like a little bit more up close, as well as just like get a little bit, like, as I assume, if this place is pretty big, that with my check with the Raven, that I didn't get too close, right? I was just kind of getting like a bird's eye view.
Exactly.
And so I'll do a quick, like, just soar now that I'm free as an eagle, like for like 3-5 minutes, like just a quick roundabout, like just look around. Are there any other places that seem protected, for instance? Is there any like information I can glean or anything like that?
Yep. So give me a perception check with the vulture stats.
All right. So it's a giant eagle, but
sorry, that's what I meant.
All right, so I have a +4 and my passive is 14. That's a 3 on the dice, a 7.
Oof. I mean, you notice that there are multiple buildings. You only went into one last time. So there's multiple places that seem of importance in here. You also notice that there's that tunnel that's not necessarily going into a building, but goes deeper into the mountainside. Imagine, I think it's not Minas Tirith, Helm's Deep. Minas Tirith is the one that's built into the mountain. Because Helm's Deep is the stronghold, if I'm not mistaken. I always mix up the two. I know that Minas Tirith is the third, but anyway.
I am bad at that. I'm bad at the lore.
Minas Tirith is the city built into the mountainside.
So
the capital of Gondor.
Yeah, so the Minas Tirith is essentially the back end of the city that you did not explore all that much.
Okay,
so
that place seems protected from the things?
Correct. And then there is the, almost like a road out, separate from the city, separate from Minas Tirith.
So, and is Minas Tirith where the city hall is? Or is
Yes.
that... Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
It's like a smaller version of Minas Tirith, but like that's the Minas Tirith. And then there's like the city on the ground that you're a part of.
All right. So then I fly back and let's investigate the church.
Yep. Are you human form?
I dropped the eagle. I assume that we might be here for a bit, and I'm one of the better investigators in the group, so I want to be able to use those skills.
Yeah,
that is true.
Who goes in first? Do you
I'll go in first, lighting up the bracer to... I do have a staff. I'll just light up the staff this time, kind of like Gandalf the Grey.
Nice. Because it is pretty dark here. Like there's some ethereal-ish lights that come from the cavern top that you can't see the top of. So it's dim lighting always, so it's not pitch black. But yeah, so you open the door to this church. And the last time you were here, just to give you a reminder, it was fairly large. It was cathedral style, and at the front of it were 9 statues that had broken heads on it. And you remember it being a multi-faith church, and there were multiple really old tomes that you imagined were for each separate faith. In here, it's changed. Those tomes are no longer there. Instead are newer bookshelves holding old books, but different books. They seem to be preserved. There's a lot of crates and boxes. It's become sort of like a storage place. And you hear it before you see it, but you hear a slow clap. And you turn to look in the direction of the clapping. And you see a man who is lit up by...
Human?
Humanoid.
Sorry, man, I didn't know if that means human or if man means something else here, so...
It's a demonic-looking person. They have a lax presence, but the smile on their face kind of promises, that don't take them at face value. You know, they're if you cross them, you'll probably regret it. He's donned in what used to be very fine clothes, but now they're tattered from adventuring and navigating the near abandoned city. His skin is a dark color, sort of like a calm ocean at midnight, and his eyes pierce like soft green flames, and 6 horns peek out of his short onyx hair. And I'll go, very good job
What do you mean?
getting past all of the, not my shadow friends, but, well, have very few friends in this city.
I'm Nor, and who might you be?
I am Silas.
Silas.
And pray tell, who are your friends behind you?
Faye, Ash, and River, as well as some animal companions.
I don't recognize the other ones, but I recognize
What do you mean
your
you don't
aura.
recognize them?
Well, I recognize you and the aura about you. You've been here before.
Yeah. I didn't meet you that time, though. Were
No.
you eavesdropping on me?
A little. Didn't want to bother.
I don't
Cause a
really look
fuss.
like I did back then.
You don't, but an aura's an aura, even if the face is different. I see differently than you do.
Are you the ones keeping the one keeping the critters at bay?
From here, at least. The one by the mountainside is not of my doing.
What are you doing here?
Protecting what I can. And he'll gesture to the bookcases and the crates and all of the other things like holding whatever he could scavenge. And he'll go, these little bastards like to eat everything. And
Are there
he presumes
stairs up
what's left.
to there?
Up to where?
Where they are? Because they're like up on a balcony, right?
Not really. They're just kind of like in the back of the the space, so like you just entered, they were hanging out like towards the where the statues were. There is a second floor and a balcony, but they are not on it.
Okay. I thought they were kind of up. So I'll start walking forward a little bit. I want to get my light a little closer so I can get a better look at them.
Yep. If you go to DDM's chat, you can see a picture of them.
Okay. So, Mom always told me not to play with devils. But you don't seem so bad.
No. Your mom seems a little bad, though. That sounds kind of racist.
Maybe. But to be fair, your kind have done regular people a lot of ill will over the
Have
years.
we?
There are many stories of these things.
I hear that, well, that people from the material plane are the worst of all. That you kill and murder for the littlest of things, for greed, for money, for things that don't last very long, but you're willing to snuff out a life for it.
Well,
I'll go ahead.
you have to remember we don't live as long as you.
That is true. Is the
So what
length
is
of a
a-
life determinable?
What is a moment to you is eternity to many of us.
And so that justifies killing selfishly?
I would say that I have not ever killed selfishly.
But you have killed.
Have you not?
I'm not here to throw stones in a glass house. What brings you here? It's different reason, I imagine, than the last time. You were quite quick to leave here, but this time you've brought back up stronger people.
I'm stronger too. It's only an expedition. I'm trying to learn more. Last time you saw me, well, two things. One, immediate, we were just trying to get through to a friend's home. And second, I was trying to just rescue my friend, who you now see. But now I'm much more interested in knowledge.
So am I. So you notice the thing keeping the shadow beasts away at the back of the city.
Indeed.
It keeps me away too.
Hmm.
There are things behind there that I want. And I admit, the last time I saw you here, I had been hoping to ask you for a little help on that. For payment, of course, but... Well, judging how quickly you ran out of there, I didn't think that you would be up to the task, though it seems now you are.
Well, we'll see. I couldn't get past the first room before. Who knows what lurks beyond. I think I'll fare a little better, but I can't make any guarantees.
Well, I guess that's why we'll make the deal, and if you come back with what I want, I'll give you what you want. You seek knowledge, and I have a lot of it. What kind of knowledge?
Well, what do you seek first? You're the one proposing a thing, so
Yes.
show, don't tell.
Well,
Ash is just like, he kind of has like, as soon as this devil mentions the deal,
mhm.
Ash's face goes from like, like he's got his hand behind his back because there's a blade there and he just doesn't know what this demon's gonna do, and but it's pretty relaxed,
Mhm.
And as soon as he mentions a deal, alabaster face comes on,
Uh-huh.
and it's much eviler.
Uh-huh. And
Just
he'll
much
actually look
eviler.
he'll actually look in your direction briefly, Ash, and go, "Oh, your aura changed."
That makes sense.
And then he'll look back. He doesn't seem, offended or intimidated or anything. He just
No,
notices
no.
the little swap. And he'll go, "There's a tome in there. A history book. One that explains the days leading up to the end of the city. And I want to know what happened and who's responsible for it."
For purely altruistic reasons, I assume.
Well, justice reasons. Those who broke an entire world should answer to that. But worry not, those people are very unlikely to be anyone you know, anyone who lives on this planet, let alone this plane.
What? Sorry.
Do you have some parchment?
I do,
May I borrow it?
of course. And he will ruffle through a couple of places and withdraw a scroll, which he will hand over to you. What's your passive perceptions?
Mine is 12, phase is like 13.
18 and 11.
Phase is 15. Phase is 15.
Okay. Ash, you would notice that there are two figures up in the balcony, just kind of leaning on, watching like this.
So there are more devils here. Okay.
Yep, but they are quiet. And you are able to, in your passive perception and also your passive insight, they're just watching and observing. They were there, and you're a show.
Okay, he will make it obvious that, I mean, not like in any, he will subtly make it obvious that he has noticed them.
Mm-hmm.
Just so that they know that they're not going to be able to get a jump on them,
Mm-hmm.
if that's their intention.
Yeah. There's a slender one with large horns that go, and you can't see them that well because it's dark. You're human, and they're also dressed in dark colors.
Sure, yeah, yeah, yeah.
You could tell that there's a slender one with large horns that wrap around their head, and there's like a kind of more of a hulking one, and the hulking one will just give a very small wave in response to you acknowledging them. The other one will remain still and just keep observing. Nor, what do you write on the paper, or what do you do with the paper?
In my studies of some of the books that I happened to get from here, I saw these symbols, and I'll draw the symbols that are on the artifact. I didn't want to show him the artifact for
Yep.
obvious reasons. So and I would like, what knowledge do you have of these? You don't have to, obviously we're making a deal or whatever, but I just want to know if you know of this stuff, or if you have books relating to this sort of, I believe they're magically related. Perhaps in the context they would be like, and I'll just put up one hand to show like that I'm okay, and then like like this is a school, and I'll conjure a minor illusion, of Silas in my hand, and and it will speak. It'll like say like, I don't know, whatever, it'll say whatever is like hello, or like he'll be doing the slow clap.
Nice.
This is a school, perhaps you'd call it, or a realm of magic, but I think these are two other realms that have yet to be unearthed.
And he'll look at those and go, well, unearthed for you.
Of course. I'm ignorant.
Oh, I wouldn't call you ignorant. I would just call you young. I have several scrolls that bear these symbols. They are of very little use to me. I imagine of great value to you.
Do I believe them that he has those scrolls?
You can incite him.
All right.
Can I also do a history check to
9.
see what I know about demon deals
Yeah.
or devil deals? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be, I think I have a 6. Yeah, that's gonna be a 17.
Okay. Nor, you have no reason to not believe that he doesn't have it. You don't get a good read on him, so you're also not confident that your read is the best. Ash, you know that devil deals, like, this doesn't seem like your typical devil deal, because a devil deal typically means you're selling your soul for something. You are exchanging some sort of your life essence. This just seems to be an exchange of goods.
Yeah, so there's nothing else that seems to be like kind of going on with the deal itself. Like,
Correct.
by making this deal, we're not,
You're not
selling
entering a
anyone's soul.
contract. Exactly. You are
Okay.
just it's just like a an average everyday thing. You are he is in need of something, and he probably could do that soul deal for something fancier, but that is not what he is offering right now, or at least does not seem to be what he's offering.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, just like using, his insight and kind of like his knowledge about history. He just wants to make sure that that there aren't any hidden costs.
Yeah, I always imagine a deal with devils like a contract. So like,
Yeah.
if we leave here without having signed anything, I'll be happy. Well, Silas, I'm sorry, I haven't dealt with many creatures of your kind before, and I only know rumors and myths.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to prove this to you, but I don't have that great of a memory. Could I perhaps see one of these scrolls? Just see it, and to understand if you truly do have what I'm looking for.
Sure. You did, after all, allow me to. Well, I guess not willfully, but I was allowed to observe you and what you had to offer, so fair's fair. And then he will pause and go, 1 second, I forgot what I named them. Rigby, get me the scrolls. And the larger one that you noticed, Ash, will kind of lumber their way, and like they don't seem like unintelligent lumbering. It's just kind of like they're just like kind of more of a hulking figure. And they will move from the balcony and will go into another room. You hear the opening and closing of a door. Silence for a couple minutes before they pull out a large chest. Small for them, large for you, because they're about like 8 feet tall. And they will lumber their way down the stairs. He's a bit of a curious sort. His body is wrapped in many layers of clothes, giving him a bulkier appearance, despite his tall and broad frame. His dark coiled hair follows his movements, his head movements, sort of like a flame on a torch. Despite his eerie, red glowing eyes, there seems to be a sort of patience behind them. I'm going to put a picture of him in chat. And he will place the chest at Silas's feet, and Silas will kneel down and open it up, and he'll sort through it. And you can hear a lot of scrolls getting shuffled around. Like, as a wizard, you're like, ooh. And Silas will pull one out, and he will close and lock the case, and he will walk over to you, and will pop the carrier, like the sort of the map carrier, open, and he will pull out the scroll and open it up. He will not let you touch it because he doesn't want you to risk using the scroll, but he will allow you to observe the scroll. Give me an Arcana check.
I'm rolling really bad right now, but that's okay. Let's just get them all out of the way.
Advantage.
Oh, I have advantage.
Yeah.
I didn't even take advantage on the insight. Whoops. A 2 and a 4. 13.
Yeah, that's enough to like get a good look. You are able to guess that it is the one. It's definitely matching one of the what's it called? The new schools, and you
Okay.
can't tell what it does, but you're able to kind of gather that it makes things tougher to move.
So,
With that Arcana check, you could ask them what it does if you want, but
so you have quite a chest there. Is that all scrolls?
it is.
What could I get you for the whole chest?
Everything behind that barrier. There are.
Oh. What if I just got rid of the barrier for you?
Oh,
I mean, that is
because
a.
then those little shadow dudes will be able to get in.
Silas knows how to stop them.
Yes, but 2 issues with that, my friend. 1, that barrier is so potent that not even I can dispel it. And no offense, but I'm more powerful than you are. Don't laugh.
I'm not. Why would? She just starts giggling. Oh, you think you're so smart? I'm just. What if there's a button on the other side I could just press to drop it? That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying I could just get rid of it for you. Jeez.
And he'll laugh a little back, and he sees you more like a child that doesn't know that they're being disrespectful, so he's not offended, but he does see you as like slightly immature. And he'll go, "You think the gods would make such an easy way to dispel something so large?"
I've met many people who make many things. They always make mistakes. Or not mistakes. Why would it be a mistake? Only because you're viewing it from their perspective of hating you or something like that.
Well, I am a demon.
Well, I'm a creature of transparency. I spent a long time lying. I used to lie a lot. You saw me. I was lying to you about who I was before I even know who you were. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of done with the whole lying thing. If I find what I want to on the city hall, I'm not gonna bring you what you need.
Well, then you're not going to get any of these.
No, that's true. That's true. I mean, I want the stuff. I'm just letting you know. You know, if I find what I need and I don't know, we get trapped in a room, we're just gonna leave.
That's fine. You're also assuming that they will leave the things that you need in their government buildings.
I don't know. I was just letting you know. Like that's just the way it is. So so to get the chest though, you want everything on the other side?
Every book.
Every book. Do you have a directory of such books?
No, but I can direct you to a couple of things to look out for that might lead you in the right direction. I know vaguely how these people worked and operated long ago before they disappeared, died off, whatever happened. So I can hazard a guess to give you an idea, but I wouldn't say that you can trust any map I give with full credibility.
Speaking of credibility and my continued attempts to be transparent with you, how can I trust you? I bring you all these books that you want. Why? What's to stop you from? You think you're a lot more powerful than I am, and if I don't know how devils necessarily think, but you might think to yourself, "Well, I got what I want, and this little creature is pathetic, or whatever you think of me, but at least it can get past that barrier." That's basically all I am. But why? What's to stop you from just being like, I don't want to give you this chest anymore. Get out of my sight. Or even worse, I don't know, throw me to the little motes of dust.
Tell me, in your myths of demons, have you known one to ever break a deal or their word?
You know, I stopped believing in myths a long time ago. I've seen.
I don't know.
I've
Does
seen
Ash
gods
has
die.
Ash ever heard that?
I've seen gods die. So like,
You could do a history check, Ash.
It's gonna be 21.
1 second. Yeah, I mean, they seem to be, they tend to not break their words. Like, they're sly bastards, but they're not someone to, unless you wrong them, they are not going to break their word.
Ash, what do you think?
He will contemplate for a moment. Deals are deals. You have no reason not to trust them. You trust me.
I found a solution. I'm not as dumb as I look.
I never doubted your intelligence.
It's simple. You can't go across the line. So we bring all the books to the line, and I just toss a book over, you toss a scroll over. Easy peasy.
If that makes you happy.
I'm just saying it solves the trust issue. We don't have to trust each other in that instance.
There's no reason not to trust them.
Au contraire, I think there's many reasons not to trust this guy. Sorry, I'm just trying to be transparent.
Wait, like above table
Little
because
too
he's a demon?
transparent.
No, this is on table or whatever. Like Nora's saying this.
I know that you are talking
Mm-hmm.
on table.
But yes, Nora does not trust.
If Ash were to insight Nor, would the reason Nor doesn't want to trust them is
You
because
wouldn't be able to mind
their-
read. But as Ash attempts that, Silas will look over to you, and he'll go, "It's frustrating to be able to pick out lies so easily but not know the intent or be able to see the inner workings of their mind."
Are you offering that to me? Is that what you're trying to do right now?
I mean, the wizard gets something, or the mage gets something in repayment. I imagine that all of you would want something that would make this trip worth your while?
The reason I am here is only for the original knowledge that we seek. Anything more, well, I don't need anything from you. I'd rather stick with one deal at a time.
I mean, it's up to you. If you want nothing for this, then I'm not going to offer.
And besides, reading minds is already something I have access to.
I think also your passive insight would know that Nor spent the whole first half of this campaign serving a celestial as a
Yeah.
warlock. So now she is just like any creature that purports to be like very powerful and like making deals and things. She's just very suspicious of. She just she has no capability to fully trust and like those, you know what I mean, in that way.
And he wasn't necessarily talking about reading minds, but more so reading an aura and kind of understanding. And it's, so that's what he was going for. You wouldn't know exactly the words that they're thinking and stuff like that, but just kind of being able to tell. Are they lying because they're trying to hide something? Are they trying to mislead you? That
Okay,
sort of
so
thing.
the thing right now is honestly that his mom, like, making deals with demons in order to like gain power and become even more of a bitch than she already was, and largely the reason he had to kill her was because of his type, right? And so Ash is like, like, we've done this, we've played this play. It's not that he thinks that all demons and devils are alike, it's also that
It's too
he
close
knows
to be comfortable.
it's too close to be comfortable, and also he knows that he even now is not powerful enough to take on these dudes should there be some underlying text that he doesn't that he can't tell exists. So he is literally like, I think perhaps we just find this book and trade for the information we came here to find, or we find the information we came here to find and simply leave.
By the way, Ash, you can also tell that Faye is probably really uncomfortable right now because she was mind controlled by a devil for a long time. So two things. One, Nora definitely thinks that we could take them if we wanted, which you can insight check. She's being transparent, and B, more importantly, she's belittling the devil in an attempt to like make Faye a little more at ease. Like if she's comfortable making like mocking this creature, like, and laughing at it, like, don't worry, like everything's gonna be okay.
I would also just like to remind everyone above table that the last of these dudes that we fought, the two dudes that we fought, and the second one we didn't even really fight, don't even know if the Fae did anything about it. We had to strike a Fae deal for one, and the other one, like, killed your patron.
Yeah.
like maybe your patron killed.
Yeah, this one isn't
too.
as strong as those ones. This one seems more like
That's like that. Why are you so sure about that?
Devil. We have no idea. We do not know that.
Exactly. Nor doesn't know that, so she's not gonna assume that this is on par with the biggest, baddest demon that they've run into.
Yeah, Ash is now like as various waves of like as Faye reminds him of that fight and of like, and as he remembers his mother in this moment, the more nervous he is getting. Yeah, so that's what he, and this last thing he said was, perhaps if we're going to make a deal, we just find this book for them and get the information we came here to seek, or find what we're looking for on the other side and go.
If you were to only find one book, I would only be inclined to give you one scroll.
That was not the original deal you made. The
I
original
said-
deal.
And
on
here
the-
I
you
thought
were-
you always kept your deals. And my
The ori-
raven's gonna
said
flutter onto my shoulder
one
and like peer
book.
at them.
I said
You-
all the books for all the scrolls.
No, the original deal you said was one book.
That
Yes.
specific book though, not just any book.
That
Yes.
one book for
For-
both scrolls that we're looking for these symbols drawn on this
He
paper.
never
which I
said
went to.
that.
Yeah, he did. That
did
was
not.
what was implied.
No, he said he would give you knowledge that you seek. And he found one of the scrolls for the book, and he gave you that
I see.
scroll for
Okay,
the book.
in that case,
Yeah.
Ash is just gonna be like, "We should leave here now. I don't have time for those who make deals with loopholes."
But literally, sorry, deadass, like he wasn't giving a loophole.
Yeah, I think that we're having a little bit of a
Like,
Kelly to us
yeah.
misunderstanding.
Yeah,
I think-
deadass. He
I think what we're confusing is the initial like deal making, which was kind of just like he was kind
'Cause
of
he
just explaining how he
started-
wanted
he's-
one
yeah,
book,
and
and I was
then-
talking a little bit about in general what I wanted, and then it was after that he said like more specific terms, maybe is what
Yeah.
Kelly is saying,
'Cause
and
he
so like we were
never got
talking the
to just-
general,
Well,
and now
the specific terms were, "We will give you the knowledge that you seek, which are scrolls of these two types of spellcasting." You were like, "I need to see these scrolls that you want."
Yeah, he gave you one of
And-
them so far, and when I tried to start talking about what it would be to get one of those scrolls, you went, "Well, what if I got everything, or what if I wanted all the scrolls?" And he says, "Get me all the books." So now you're talking about a book. So now he's clarifying that if you're just getting a book, you're just going to get a scroll. If you want to get two books, you will get two scrolls.
do I get to pick the scrolls?
That's exactly what I was attempting to do before your friend so rudely
All right.
interrupted.
He's not rude.
Since we're going to do this across the barrier deal and toss them across like children, I
Not
would
really
appreciate
rude.
you
Like children. Wow.
picking which ones you would like if you're not able to get me everything I want.
I want the ones related to these schools of magic first. I assume not everything in the chest is related to that, right?
No, but I do have a surplus of them. I would want you to
Sounds-
choose which ones you want.
I can't read them.
So just above table, he'll explain to you. But the four that you can choose from that are the two schools of magic. There's temporal shunt.
We don't need to figure these
Yeah.
out right now, right? Once we have the
Yeah.
books, we can figure out the that specifics. But
Right, but yeah, you would have to choose which ones now, but like not now above table. Like, so you could say that Nor looks through them and will choose them, but
Ash is super inclined not to make this deal at all.
so those are the four different chronergy and graviturgy.
oh, this in
schools.
the other chat. Okay, so Nor will walk up to Silas, get within melee range.
Mm-hmm.
And she's got the raven is very much perched on the shoulder, and
As she does that,
and I
Ash
make sure that
moves his
my
hand to
my
his
symbol is very. I take the symbol out.
Which
I'm just
symbol?
gonna the symbol of the Raven Queen,
Got it.
and I'm just gonna walk up and I'm just going to take my hand. I'm just gonna pat him twice on the cheek, and I'm just gonna say, "Well, hopefully I find those books for you, but just in case I don't, I'll leave a small gift, and I'm gonna cast a spell. I'm gonna cast Permanent Illusion.
You will be inviting.
I'm doing this as transparently non-threatening as possible.
You're transparently casting a spell.
Yes,
What level is
like
it?
6th level.
It is counterspelled. Not by him, not by the hulking figure, but by the other figure on the balcony.
I was just gonna leave you a bookshelf. I'll tap him on the other cheek. I hope
get
we can
cute.
make a deal. And I'll turn to leave.
He'll look at Ash. You're muted.
Ash is giving you a look like, the fuck are you doing?
And as we kind of leave the chapel, I'm just going to shout out behind me, "Don't worry, I know how to talk to you from far away."
I just need to see if, Okay, 1 second.
Hopefully you
He's
gave me the
able to
right
do
name.
1 second. I just need to see if he's able to do something. Amazing. 1 second. What's your passive again?
Mine is 12.
No, sorry, Ash's.
18.
His sleight of hand passes it. I need a one kind of saving throw. Wisdom saving throw out of you.
Who?
Ash?
Yup.
Okay.
Fucking A. That's gonna be a 16.
You are a chicken. And the
Ash
larger
is really mad at you now.
I just turn
And will
around.
literally just walk over, will walking over to Nor and start pecking at your fucking
Well,
feet
before,
because he gets so
like,
mad at you.
literally, like, as a reaction, I'm just gonna dispel magic.
level 4.
Yep, I'm not gonna cast it at level 4. I'm gonna cast it at level 3, but I have advantage on the check, so.
Yup.
That'll be 15.
Yep, that'll pass. It's a
Alright.
level 4 spell.
All right, all right, good. The 10 just barely makes it.
Yup.
Okay, good.
I mean,
Wait,
stuff.
does all of his stuff turn into a chicken too, or is he fucking naked now?
No,
it's
you're
just
just a
normal
chicken.
polymorph.
Yeah.
Normal polymorph.
I don't know
rules.
how polymorph works. So
It doesn't
that's-
disturb. I mean, otherwise I'm running around naked right now because like I
Yeah.
keep turning into a T-Rex, right? It like
That's
makes
fair.
your stuff just kind of disappears. It becomes part of the new form. I think is.
Okay. Ash is like very mad at you now. Yeah. Just like
Right before we're about to go, I'm gonna walk back in and just poke my head in.
why? Why are you doing that? Literally, okay, we need to like make initiative checks for this because Ash is literally pulling you by the collar and chucking you forward.
Mhm.
Like, if you try to fucking open that door again and shout something back,
I'll say
at
like
them.
right as River is like about to close the door, I'll poke my head in. Hey,
You know?
we're probably gonna take a rest before we, at some point in there. Do you got anything good to read?
He'll actually laugh at you at that point. And he'll go, you should take a feather out of your friend's book and be a little bit more chicken next time. You're poking the wrong bear here.
I thought someone who cared about knowledge would want to share it.
Gosh, Ash is very, very close to being like, we weren't the ones petulant enough to like fucking use polymorph on somebody, but he doesn't.
He won't.
All right.
He won't respond to that. He'll just, kind of shoo you off and go find me my books.
All right, we can fly. Would you
But
say we
you
can make it in
also-
10 minutes
To
the?
Yeah, you definitely
Okay,
could.
because then Faye is gonna cast fly at 6th level on herself and 3 others, so 4 total, and then I will polymorph into a giant eagle,
Mhm.
and I will take whoever's left and get everyone there.
Sounds good. And yeah, but just with that, like, you can tell that, like, he is not aggressive by any means. Like, yes, typically casting a spell is an aggressive move, but it was more of a, you are annoying me, so I'm going to annoy you and or your friends. He did not seem hostile when you returned. But you fly / polymorph your way over to the second barrier, and that's where we'll leave it off today. We'll pick up next week on the dungeon crawl.
Probably have to long rest beforehand.
Yep, you blew a lot of high level spells Or not a lot, but like a fair amount.
Not gonna lie, if Ash can fucking find this knowledge that they need without fucking having to do any more deals with these demons, he will. He is done with deals. Deals are done. No
I'm gonna
longer
go to the,
here
I'm
for
gonna go to the
mystical magical
bathroom,
deals.
but I don't disagree.
Uh-huh.
I'll explain myself a little bit more when I get back.
Yeah.
Fucking
Yup.
without Corey here, just pull to Corey! Like, literally pull to Corey!
Oh man, it felt good to pass that passive check. Cause like I
No,
knew that Ash
it's
would.
rude. Ash is just like, Ash will never talk to another demon again at this point.
Uh-huh.
Never
He didn't even do
again.
anything like rude. Like he just wanted a deal, and then Nor just rolled up and like wanted to act like, you know, top bitch to this like 10,000-year-old demon.
Yeah, and Ash could do nothing about it.
I know.
Because Nora was pulling a goddamn frauds.
Uh-huh.
He thought he was done with this. He thought he was done babysitting children.
Mm-hmm.
And then the fucking demon turns him into a chicken?
Yup.
I mean, honestly, there is a past 20th level future Ash that like just like focuses all of the power on demon hunting and just like fucking murks all of them. Just because, only because they are like so annoying.
See, I don't even know, like, he was just meant to be someone that, like, has stuff, and he wants a book.
You just put a demon in front of the
Yeah.
two people who, like, three people whose fucking traumas are entirely based on demons. That's what you just did, Kelly. And you're just like, oh, he's
You
just a
haven't-
dude, you know? He's
You
just
haven't
a
encountered
dude.
these kinds of demons. Like, you encountered the fucking chain devils, but, like, that's not the same thing as this guy.
We have
Yeah.
encountered demons. Literally, Faye was taken over by one.
She
And
was
so
taken.
was his mother.
She was taken over. No,
Yeah, that's the way Ash sees it.
I
Whether
don't.
that is true or not, he can't and
Yeah.
doesn't know. But that is like when we
Mhm.
were at her house, you were like, there is a like she
A
has a
demon's hanging
backing of
out.
probably a demon hanging out. Like that
Yeah.
is what you told us.
I know. That
And
wasn't.
so that is what he assumes. And so he doesn't. This whole demon thing is not his
Mhm.
jam, which is hilarious.
No, the
'cause it's
demon was,
totally
like, your
Tara's
act-
jam.
The demon was literally your mom, and the mom that you interacted with was an illusion. That's what that was.
So the thing is like
Mhm.
whether or not she was
yeah.
a demon or not, that's still a demon.
Yep.
Like
And the
it's
thing
still a
that,
demonic presence, and he had to murk her.
and the person that took Faye over was someone who was working on behalf of the Pale Knight, but he himself was human.
What?
Mhm.
How did he take over Faye if he was human?
Because he was a very high level warlock working on behalf.
Well, that's still a fucking demon.
Mm.
It might be the warlock of a demon, but it is still demon magic.
Mm-hmm.
And still explained to the entire party as I was taken over by a demon. Because that is how Faye told it. Yeah.
She explained it as also the last time I met, like literally last session. She was like, last time I met an adventurer, he took over me.
So when we were doing that battle,
Mhm.
you were like, it's a demon. And we were like, cool, demon. So that is
Yeah.
also what
Mhm.
I would
Ash
say
would
the
be.
characters definitely feel
Yeah.
like that was a devil demon thing.
Yeah.
Like whether or not like whether or not the internal politics of the lore behind the moment are consistent
Yeah.
with that. That's how the characters viewed it.
Right.
Mhm.
And so you have three people in this party whose major traumas are all
yeah.
based on what they perceive to be or actually are demon shit. And you're just
Mhm.
like, it's just a dude.
Well, he is just a dude. He wasn't making a demon deal or a devil's deal with you.
But he's a devil making a deal. So
Yeah.
therefore it is essentially a
that's-
demon / devil
And
deal.
that's racist. Just
Eh.
saying.
The way that demons and devils are understood in this realm are like they are the same as gods and god celestials.
Yeah,
And
I
so that's not a race thing, that's like a power thing where you come from what like
Mhm.
like
Okay.
the way that demons and angels and shit are understood.
Oh yeah.
like the infernal plane is
But
the
if I
opposite
threw
of the
if I
celestial
threw an
plane.
angel at y'all, it would have been probably still tense, but not quite as fuck y'all. As if
I
it
mean, if
was
you
a
had put an
demon.
angel there, yeah, it would have been like, well,
So
you're an
it's
angel.
not-
We haven't had phenomenal dealings with angels, but we don't have any trauma associated with them.
I mean, Nora does,
I was
but
like, Nora does.
but that's okay. Nora has mixed feelings about angels, because she was let out of prison by an angel, so that was a good thing. But then most of Nora's trauma is actually like in the fact that all the people she killed before she became the new Nora, like when she was Maggie and M, all the people she killed, that's like her own actions have caused that. But no, I felt that Nor is like a lot more confident than she used to be, and she really, she views herself, more as like a leader now than she used to, and she's definitely got a little bit of the T-Rex juice in her too, perhaps. But like, she viewed this as a situation where like, I don't have any reason to be afraid. Like that's what that's how she felt. Like, and so she just chose like she's like, I'm not gonna be afraid, and I'm gonna make it really clear that I'm not afraid to everyone of this thing, because like the fear of this thing is what's gonna cause like us to do something stupid. So maybe I did some stupid stuff to show that I wasn't afraid.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
because
But I
Ash is
also-
like
I was
overconfident.
sitting here, I was
is
like,
what makes you
what
do
is she
stupid things.
doing?
But I also
Why?
knew that the demon was desperate, because it's not like every other day people are stumbling into this chapel.
Yeah.
Like, and so she knew that she could pretty much do anything in that room, and that demon is like we have all the cards. Like, it can't go in there. We can. It doesn't get anything from killing us, right? But so like for me, it was like we have all the cards. Like the demon's trying to make it seem like he's so powerful, but he can't get what he wants, and we can. And so I'm not going to be afraid of this thing when we have all the cards.
I also put in DDM's chat what the third figure looks like, as if you needed more reasons to not trust them, but...
I mean, so the aesthetics is not the reason Ash doesn't trust them. Because there are also plenty of reasons he wouldn't trust an angel, and they look all sparkly and new. Like he's met tieflings. Tieflings are cool. They look essentially the same as these guys. He's cool with tieflings. That's not why. Like, any deal you make with the devil is a devil deal, and he doesn't know what the fine print is that. Like, he has not encountered this magic enough to understand that if you make any deal with a demon, are you then somehow attached to them or not? Like, he doesn't know. Like, and essentially this demon was like, I'm gonna offer you powers if you do this thing for me, which he knows is a warlock thing, but doesn't really know enough about it.
I mean, you
To
also
tell
didn't
him-
let him talk enough to say it's an item.
He doesn't care. He doesn't need to be like romanced by a demon. Like, there's no reason to allow the demon to speak any more than necessary. In Ash's mind, because he also knows how much words have power, right? And so even by entertaining the deal, what are you doing? Like, he doesn't know. And the fact that he doesn't know is the problem. Nor is he willing to find out. Because
he
his mother
became a
was a
chicken
powerful
today.
lady, and she, like, either fell to or got suckered in to be a demon person. So he's not here for that. He's not here to become his mother. Like, we're not doing that.
Yo. But the shining point for me today was turning him into a chicken. After having things try and suck the life out of him. Like, this has been a bad crawl so far for him.
This is why Ash doesn't fucking go adventuring. This is why he doesn't do it. This right here is just more bad things, traumas, insanity. He's like, nah, I'm just never doing it again. Like, he forgot why he doesn't do this, but has now been reminded. He's gonna get home, is gonna be like, Nor, I'll send some. You can have as many people as you want. Like I'll send as many people as you want with you, but I'm not coming. Like, done with adventuring now. This was his last time. Not doing it again. He'll like do little things, like he'll take Paul out on his first adventure when he's 14, and like, you know, be like, we're gonna
Murk some
go.
bugbears or something, but
Yeah, like he'll do that, but he'll train people to go adventuring. But he is not gonna go adventuring anymore. He's done. This is it.
that's funny.
We'll see.
He's gonna have to make some hardcore persuasion checks to get him to go anywhere, because he will just persuade you back. Like, why is it a bad idea?
I'm not saying we'll leave town. I think we're gonna get we'll get shuffled into these things. Does that make sense?
Well, the thing is, I
adventuring
didn't
in the
intend.
city
Yeah.
and adventuring out in the world are two different things. Like in the
Oh, yeah.
city,
Yeah.
he does not get murked in the same way that he
Yeah.
does when we leave the city. Like, we have had fights, we have done cool things, and he just like he sails through it in the city. Out here, he's getting fucked over. Like, this is not his home ground. He does not like this. Like, he does not like this.
Incredible. It is 5:07. I know that we wanted to talk about like stats and player characters, but maybe we could save that for next week. Or
Sure, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. Well, it was fun. I'm excited for the Dungeony Crawl, and I'll see y'all next week.
Bye.
GG.